Hello, everybody. Deep south in Illinois, southern Illinois. It is now time for Shifty Sunday, baby.
S is for the S's that have disappeared. H is for Haas, it's changed, my dear. I is for incredible, lots of changes to our edibles. F is freaky 'cause Mandela effects are all the buzz. And T is for time that's running fast. Y is for memories, hope they last. If it's not a fun day, won't you join me Shifty Sunday? Shifty Sunday for Emmys. Shifty Sunday, if you please.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Shifty Sunday program. I'm your host with the most that likes to eat your toast with butter like a ghost, Hebrew77 here, and we have a special panel for tonight. Oh, by the way, I think Sagi's back. I'm going to go ahead and put him in the room. But first, let's get our regulars out of the way. We've got Raven Hawk.
Caw, caw.
And Sagittarically speaking, otherwise known as Sagi with an I.
Well, hello, everybody.
And of course, our special guest, two special guests. We couldn't just get one. You know, this is Shifty Sunday. We had to get two, of course. We have Sandy Diva and of course Teresa Lynch, who we're going to give a very in-depth interview to, because you know that's just the way we roll here. So how are you guys doing tonight, Sandy and Teresa?
We're doing good.
Awesome.
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you for inviting me on your show. Yep.
Hey, no problem. You know, we're going to have a good show tonight. We're going to be asking you a lot of questions. I hope you're not sweating bullets over there.
Nah.
Okay, cool. You keep cool under pressure. That's good.
I've gotten a lot of practice with Sandy and Teresa and of course old Brian McFarlane. So I've had plenty of practice.
Old Brian McFarlane.
Yep.
Good old Brian McFarlane.
Yep. Yep.
No. Well, you know, you said old. He's old. But,
well, I started out with him, and you'll hear more about that probably in the interview. So
sure,
here's the beginning.
I'm sure that's one of the questions we want to ask you.
Yep. No problem.
But I got to tell you guys something, man. I had these orange fingers. I had been eating fire Doritos before we went live, and I could not for the life of me get rid of the orangeness. And I think that's honestly because they had a little bit of special ingredient. You know what I mean? They had the motor oil. Motor oil is one of the ingredients. It's one of those special hidden ingredients. They don't tell you.
Mm-hmm. I would say it's orange food dye, but we'll
that's
go with what you said.
Yeah, I'm with Sandy.
Oh no, seriously, look it up. I'm not joking around on this one. It's in Cheetos as well. They put they put motor oil. I'm not saying.
Are you trolling us, bro?
No, not this time.
Sandy, that's actually one of.
I don't know. You're gonna probably go to Google and prove it.
Sandy, that's one of my Mandela effects. The Cheetos. Remember the Blazin'? Ask him about that one.
Blazin' Cheetos?
Yeah, one of my Mandela effects is I don't remember Blazin'. I remember Blazing. We did a video on that. Yeah, I remember ING, not IN, Blazin'. What about you guys?
She's talking about the hot Cheetos, not the regular Cheetos.
The spelling.
Right. Blazing hot Cheetos.
Actually, before Sagi goes, I just want to say real quick, I have a memory of not blazing Cheetos, but I remember flaming hot Cheetos.
Is it flaming? Oh, you're right, Sandy. Flaming.
That's what it is. Flaming.
Sorry. Flaming. ING, but now there's no G.
Now flaming.
Flaming, yep.
Flaming, like Ian.
Yeah, no G on it no more. We did a show on that one. Yeah. Go look at your bag.
Oh
The
man.
ME
Well, I
burglar
don't have
came in the middle of the night and took away the G.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
that's exactly what happened. Sagi, what do you
Yep.
remember, buddy? You've been sitting there quiet this whole time.
Oh yeah, you know me. I go in spurts. You know, once you get me started, you know, like a Pringles commercial. Once I pop, you know, I can't stop.
Yeah, ain't that the truth? No. I mean that in a good way.
But yeah, I'm with you on the blazing, flaming. I mean, it really does seem like it's been all over the board. You walk into a gas station, you're like, can I get some hot Cheetos? Because I don't know what they're called anymore. The name has changed like 17 times in 2 months. But I want the hot kind, whatever those are today. It really does seem like it has been all over the board with those.
And
then, of course, when they started adding all the different chips into the mix, it seems like that's when it really got out of control as far as what they were going to officially call it. And I'm not even trying to imply that they've been purposely name changing. It just seems like they just can't decide which reality they want to sell which bag of chips in, is what it seems like to me.
Yeah, the word changes really get me, man. Mostly because I'm a bad speller, and I have to look at them. I have to look them up twice. But the ones that, like you're talking about, the product names and stuff, man, I was looking at something just before we went. Well, before we started all of this, I was looking at something and I was like, is that a change, or is it just because I'm a bad speller? Because I see words all the time that don't look right. And let me ask you guys this: when you're writing the words, when you're writing the words, you know, you're writing something, remembering, like when you write the word remember, do you always try to leave out the M? Because that seems to happen
when
to
I'm
me
typing, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Not when I write, but if I'm typing, I'm always writing remember or something. I'm always leaving something out all the time.
Well, I have the autocorrect, so it won't let me make a mistake.
Well, yeah, but
and I don't. If I don't let autocorrect take over and fix it,
yeah,
it will always type that. For example, you know that like Christmas trees can be fir trees, right? Like FIR.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Really?
Because I was searching for a fir Christmas tree 2 years ago, my iPad now corrects the word for to fur every single time. So I do not mess with autocorrect anymore, because now I'm constantly, I either look stupid for typing fur, or I have to remember to go back every single time and correct fur to for. So I don't mess with autocorrect. I just let it do its thing now.
I'll tell you something funny. I guess I must cuss a lot when I'm sending messages, because what was it? There was one word. Oh, I think it was the F word. I literally, I meant to say duck. Like I went and I typed in duck, and then it changed the word to, you know, the other word.
Yeah,
that's odd, because usually it does it the other way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one word that really bothers me is argument.
Oh, really?
They took away my E.
How do you spell argument?
What?
Well, I used to spell it A-R, when R, oh, I don't know. My brain's dead all of a sudden. Anyhow, they took away my E.
It was ARGEM.
Yeah,
ARGUEMENT.
And now it's no E in there. It's just ARGUMENT.
I'd have to see that one.
And well, let me put it in the.
I'd have to see that. Can you present it?
Well, that's the way I remember it. Oh, I should do it in chat. All right, so I remember it like this.
Okay.
And now when you spell it, it always puts it in like that. I'm doing it in the chat, by the way.
Oh, I'm not in there. I get kicked out if I go to the chat.
Okay, well, I'll do it in the private chat then. All right, so I already typed in the one that says the way I remember it, and this is how it always does it now.
Oh, wow. See, I don't remember the E in there. I remember just the U.
I was a spelling bee
Yeah.
champion, and I don't
Are you
remember.
serious?
Yeah.
Wow, you remember the UE?
Yes.
Wow. What about you, Sandy?
I don't remember the E, but then again, Teresa, I don't remember your Mandela effect tonight. So
okay. It's funny. We all remember
reality
things.
where there was an E.
Yeah, exactly. We all come from different realities where we remember different things. That happens with Sandy and me all the time. Right, Sandy, like the one I found earlier today. You don't remember it that way.
No. Yes, we have a brand new one tonight from Teresa.
I kind of vaguely remember the E in argument, and I was on the debate team.
Oh wow!
I'm just trying to be funny. So I think I can make an argument for it both ways.
An argument? Yeah.
Never mind. I digress.
You know, another one that really gets me is the word potato. Like when I was like when I was doing my Mr. Potato Head show, I kept wanting to put that E on there, and it kept correcting me. I'm like, get the squibbly. I'm like, what? No,
that's weird.
Yeah,
I have a duel on that one. I remember it both ways, with the O and then with the E, and that one really trips me out. I could take it either way. You know, that's a duel.
Well, instead of dueling, because I didn't bring my sword, let's just argue about it with an E.
argue. But hey, speaking of arguments,
well, you got your sword, Hero. Can I borrow yours and we'll duel? Well, we'll only have one sword though. Never mind.
Right, you'll have to take Armor Sword. I don't think he'll let you though.
Yeah, you're right. He never sets that sword down for any reason.
No. Inside joke there because of the Mandela family movies. I get it. But no, we have a special guest. We have two special guests on with us tonight, and one of those special guests, Teresa Lynch. I believe that's how you say your name, right? Am I wrong?
That's correct. Yep.
Okay. We're gonna
She's kind of like a pseudo celebrity in the Mandela community, if you know what I mean.
No, don't make me blush.
So if you didn't know who she was before tonight, you're definitely going to know who she is going forward. And make sure you mark it down. Teresa Lynch is a force to be reckoned with in the Mandela community. She gets her hands dirty. She gets out there and she finds what needs finding, and she stays consistent on it. She's not some fly by night Mandela person. She's here to stay, my friend.
There's times, guys, that I'll spend hours just looking for one thing. Sandy can tell you that. I'll be like, Sandy, I'm not going to give up until I find it. And then there's times I find tons of residue, and it all depends on which Mandela effect it is. Some are harder than others. So, and I don't give up. There's different ways of tricking the AI. I'm going to call it the AI to find what you need to find. There's back doors.
Here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do. Here, I got the light ready. I hope you're ready for this. Here's the light. Got the light on you because we're going to grill you for a little bit.
That's fine. I'm ready.
We're going to grill you for a few minutes.
I used to do skip tracing because I worked as a collector for many years. Where all you had was like where they went. Like some documents that they signed back when they first filled out papers for their student loans. And it's 20 years later, they've been married twice, moved 13 times, and had 7 different jobs. And I got to figure out where they are now. And so I got really good at like researching doing metadata, trying to, learning how to piece things together where I might have a connection to try to possibly, reach out to this person. And I tell you what, I thought I was really good at it. But then when you start looking for residue online for a Mandela effect, that is that there's got to be residue for it. Google will make it next to impossible if it doesn't want it to be seen. You literally have to go outside of the box. You can't just do a Google search and 10 minutes later you're going to get the results. No, it's not as simple as that. What Teresa does is probably a lot more complicated and complex, and it's not something that you can just find from doing a Google search or a Bing search or something like that. There's a lot more to it than just looking up the name of something. Just so you guys know,
man.
There's different methods that I use, different tricks.
Well, yeah, I'm sure there are. We're definitely going to try to get to the bottom of all that, and then some.
I'll reveal my secrets.
Oh no, we don't want you to give away your KFC secret recipe, but maybe just give us a window into some of the painstaking, some of the stories that where it's been an elaborate search, and then in the end it's paid off for you. I would love to hear something like that.
Well, here's the thing, man. You must, at the top of the show, I was talking about putting butter on my toast. Man, you are really buttering her up, dude.
Hey, when you get a special guest, you gotta treat them special.
Thank you guys again.
Hey, no problem. We were glad to have you on, and so if no further ado is needed, I guess I'm going to go ahead and throw these questions at you if you're ready.
I'm ready.
All right. Well, the first three obvious questions, is something that everyone gets asked once okay, these aren't going to be in any particular order, by the way.
Okay.
What was your first Mandela effect?
That's easy. Skechers. And the way I came across it was accidental. It was really weird. The way I found the Mandela effect was that I was actually looking in Facebook one day, and I saw an advertisement for Skechers shoes. And I happen to have 2 pairs of my own sitting on the shelf. I've had them for probably 7 or 8 years now, maybe longer. And I looked at the spelling of it, and I'm like, something's off. And it was like I knew immediately. And I remember this is pre-Mandela. I looked at it and I said, no, that's spelled wrong. I said, there's got to be a T in there. And here goes my curiosity. I put my phone down. I go to my closet. And what do you think I did?
You looked at your other shoes.
And I freaked out. I took my shoes down. And when you first wake up to this, you basically go through a lot of emotions. I took my shoes down. I turned them over. And I'm like looking at the bottom of it going, where's the T at? And I'm like rubbing my eyes thinking that I'm hallucinating. And I'm like, there's no T there. And I'm like, well, maybe that's a fluke. And I'm like, no, these are real Skechers shoes. I remember spending a lot of money on them and got them from a department store, which begins with a K. I don't know if I'm allowed to say the name of the place. K and ends with an S. You know what I'm talking about, right?
We could probably say it, Teresa. I mean, we cover things like logos like that all the time.
Okay, I got it from Kohl's, and I had 2 pairs of them, so I take them both down to make sure that maybe it wasn't a typo or something on the shoes, and I'm looking at it, and I'm like, no way. So what do you think I'm immediately going to do? First, I freak out. I get my cell phone. I'm like, no, the spelling is wrong. I'm going to find this. And that's what started me being a residue hunter. I'm like, no, I got to find the truth. And I started Googling Skechers with the T. And I'm looking and looking and looking. And I find it. I'm like, oh my God, this really does exist.
Oops.
And when I started Googling these things from my memories, I came across all of a sudden a Mandela effect group. And I'm like, what is the Mandela effect? And I learned that what I just experienced was considered a Mandela effect. And the more that I got into the groups, I started learning more effects that I agreed with. And I'm like, okay, why didn't I know about this before? And I also have, might be one of your questions about my pre-awakening, which might come later on in your question. I had a feeling that something was going to happen. And if you want to go into more into me, asking me about that, I can tell you why. I knew this was coming.
Well, there's a picture of the Skechers shirt.
Oh yeah, and I didn't buy the shirt either.
You know what? It's funny you mentioned Skechers because that one was a Mandela effect for me, but it was one of the ones that I experienced, like you said, before I knew what the Mandela effect was. So
yes.
I didn't do what you did because I was still caught up in living in the 3D world and blah 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 whatever. I didn't get on and look for residue immediately, but I do remember.
Oh, I did.
I remember thinking to myself, I literally felt like I was, something was wrong with me. Like I immediately felt like there was something, like, I don't know how to explain it, but it was like that it was off, like it was a weird feeling, and I didn't know anything about the Mandela effect yet, and I let the moment slide. But then once I learned about the Mandela effect, and then once I learned, and then I saw Skechers on the list, I'm like, dang, I could have figured it out way back then, and I missed the opportunity or whatever. And then I got to thinking, you know what? How about all those people that work there that have a badge that says Skechers employee? How do they wake up one morning and get up for work and look at their badge and walk into the building and it has to say Skechers on it, like really big, Or,
it does. It does.
Yeah. And how do they just miss that? How do all those people not come in with, hey, did you notice the sign changed last night? Yeah, it looks like they took away the T. I mean, do these conversations not happen?
That's what I wondered. I was wondering, how do people miss that?
Yeah.
I mentioned that. I did mention that to a lady at Sears one day, when I had first woke up. And she was the manager there. And I said, hey, I need to ask you a question. She's like, what? I said, do you see your shoes over there? And I said, you see your Skechers? And she goes, yeah. I said, don't that spelling look off to you? And she looked at it, and I said, where's the T at? She gave me the weirdest look, like she didn't know what to say. And she just kind of like, oh, my God, you're right. But she just kind of walked away, like brushed it off. That's what's so weird about that is sometimes when you're trying to wake people up, which, oh, my God, when I got this in the beginning, I would say I was waking people up every weekend. That was probably one of your questions. I used to wake up at least 3 to 4 people every weekend when I was out. And trust me, there was a lot of shocked people that I got to wake up. And I'm proud of being able to do that. It's harder now to wake people up, especially with the coronavirus. You can't even get near anybody. So, but it is hard to wake people up now. You can't get near them,
Yeah.
But
I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I also bet it was a lot easier to find residue, not only for Skechers, but especially for Skechers then versus now.
Oh yeah, it's like it disappeared.
Yeah, so it was a good thing you were on it from the get-go.
And I do hoard my residue, so somewhere in my Facebook group, I do have residue for Skechers somewhere deep within the pictures. Like if you go in the group and you hit pictures, it's in there. There's plenty of residue for Skechers if you ever want to go look at it.
All right, I will keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Hebrew, I know you're biting at the bit for the next question there.
Well, actually,
okay, good.
She's actually answered a lot of the next questions. My next question
my bad.
is going to be no. It's good. It's
Sorry.
just the way the show flows. My next question is going to be, and you've already answered it, is that your biggest Mandela effect? Like, what's your biggest one?
Besides Skechers, I would say, and I'll tell you about this one because this one really freaked me out. My second one, I think, would be Fruit Loops, and I'll tell you why about that one. I was in a Facebook group. This is way before my own Facebook group. And I had found residue for Fruit Loops. And it was about a picture with about 20 different little boxes. And they were like all Fruit Loop boxes. And they all said Fruit Loops on them. I posted it as residue in the group. And I said, hey, look at this residue for Fruit Loops, Fruit, which is the way I remember it. And everybody's seen it. And they're like, oh, awesome residue. Do you know the next day I went back there because somebody had tagged me, with a comment, and I went back. All the boxes changed overnight. The pictures all now said Fruit. And Brian remembers when that happened because he was part of that group, and he can be my witness when that happened. The boxes all changed overnight to Fruit. That is my second biggest one, I would say, because of what happened to me.
Do you remember what year that was?
I was going to say 2016. Well, actually 2017, and I'll tell you why. I woke up about 2 weeks before Christmas time, so I started joining groups. So I'm going to say probably around in January or February when I was in other groups, because I started joining one group, and then that led to another group, and that's actually where one of my questions you might ask me is where I met Brian, which is how I started. If you want me to go into that, I can go into that as well.
I was getting ready to ask you that next. How did you start your Facebook group?
Oh, okay. How I started is that I was on Brian's show for a while, and then he started doing things on his own and had to get on with life. I'm just going to say that. And I decided it was time, and I got, there's a friend that I know named Cassie, which y'all know a girl named Cassie. She's really cool.
Yeah, I know Cassie.
She's the one who whispered in my ear, I'm going to say whispered in my ear, and said, Teresa, you need to start your own group. And I said, what do you mean start my own group? She says, you need to start a group and start having people and yourself posting residue in it. And I'm like, oh my God, I never thought of doing that. And she goes, I'll help you get started, and then I'll leave you and I'll come and visit you often. And I'm like, okay. And she's the one who came up with the idea. It wasn't me, it was her. I'm not going to take full credit. And she says, well, what kind of name do you want to get? And I said, well, I am a residue hunter. And she goes, okay, that's good. And it has to do with my reality. And she goes, why don't you just do reality residue hunter? And a lot of people thought that it was named Hunters. It was never named Hunters, guys, if anybody's listening, because the group described me.
Wow.
And that was the name originally that I came up with. This is for me, Reality Residue Hunter. It was the whole name was describing me and what I do. And I still do. And I started out with 0 people. I'm like, okay, who can I invite? Invite other people who were on the show with Brian and other people. And then I was sending out invites to other people who wanted to friend me, and then the group just started growing. And as of now, actually next month, May 4th, coming up, will be 2 years that my group has been there. And yes, I did change the name, and I thought it was time for a change for a name because nobody could find it under Reality Residue Hunter. I put it under Mandela to begin with, so that it's easier to find. You know what I'm talking about? And I'm over 1,800 people, and I'm very proud of it. And Cassie does come in and out once in a while to see how I'm doing. But I have to give the credit to her. She's the one who told me I should do this. And if it wasn't for her, I wouldn't have such a successful group. And I love all my members.
It's an awesome group. I'll attest to that.
Oh, thank you.
And there are so many Facebook groups that are just I don't know how to explain it. They start off as just a core group of people who all kind of have the same vision or the same purpose or the same cause. Mm-hmm. And over time, it's so easy for a Facebook group to get bots in it, to get trolls in it, to get NPCs and just general people who say want to be part of the group, but they never actually want to contribute anything. I would say
Yes.
more than 50% of your group actually is active and doing daily, if not daily, weekly, providing something and bringing something to the table. And would you say there's a particular person in your group that stands out kind of head and shoulders above the others as far as consistently contributing, that has really impressed you, or that you think is worth mentioning?
That's a good question.
Sandy? I need Sandy for this one because I like Thomas helps out a lot. Thomas Franey, Rich Vastanik. Who else, Sandy?
Well, see, it actually changes. It really does. And
Matthew Reed, Matthew Mark
Reed.
Fewing.
I was gonna actually go to see the top contributors this
month. Why don't you do that for me? We have a way of going into the group in the admin section, and you can actually see who the top contributors are.
You mentioned Mark, and he is also known as System Failure here on YouTube.
Yes,
we had him on a couple of weeks ago. I didn't know he was in your group, and he's an active contributor. That's great.
We have a lot of people.
I'm sorry. The number one contributor you did mention in the last 28 days, the number one contributor is Matthew Reed. And I'll just say the top 10. How's that?
Go ahead.
We've got Quentin Christensen, Peggy Claver, Elena Crandall, Jerry Neal, Tanya Sargent DeCant, Claire DeLune, Steve Scott, Eric Michael, and Nadia Hamza. They're the top 10
and Terrell too. Don't forget Terrell.
Oh yeah, Terrell's consistently a top contributor, but in the past 28 days, he's not showing up on the list.
Yeah, it's weird.
Have you noticed an uptick in the past? I think in the past month, there's been an uptick in Mandela Effect activities, residue, fines, things, people coming to real. I mean, it just seems like it's really bumped up a notch. What would you say if you had to put your finger on something? What do you think might possibly contribute or be part of that? What causes that spike to happen when it does?
I think when we have a shift.
Hold on, one second. 1 second. I'm sorry.
Okay, sorry. Go ahead.
Before you answer that, hold on, pause that just for a second. Let me ask you this: what in your mind, in your opinion, is the cause of all Mandela effects?
There's so many different answers for that, because I've heard like we died in 2012 and our consciousness, was transferred over to this new timeline. I've heard I have so many different beliefs what I think's happening. I think maybe our third eye is opened up, that our consciousness is finally opened up. That could be another reason. It's hard because one day I'm thinking one thing, and then another day I'll change. I'll be like, no, it was a time traveler, and then it was the AI. Somebody from the future came back to change everything. It's a hard question to answer, because it could be Bible related. It could be this is part of the great deception, that we're being shown the truth. The veil is lifting. That's another way of looking at it. I wish I knew the answer. I really wish I could wake up one day and go, okay, I know what's caused the Mandela effect. Because I've even seen things, which I don't know if that's one of your questions. Is one of them about seeing things change in real time?
Mm-hmm.
Is that one of your questions?
No, yeah, it will be.
Okay, sorry. That confirmed it for me.
I was trying to keep it kind of simple. You were about to say something about shifting as far as what's causing an uptick.
I think when we shift, that's when Mandela effects start coming around. Because I've been on this phone with Sandy, and I'm like, Sandy, my left ear is ringing, or I'm at work and I'll text her when nobody's looking, and I'll text and I'll be like, Sandy, my ear is ringing, my left ear, my right ear. And what ends up happening, Sandy? We find effects, right?
Always.
And I think it's the vibration or something. Something is changing. What do they call that? The resonant. What is that when they show those spikes? What's her name?
Schumann's house.
Helen, like
Schumann.
Yeah, Schumann's
Schumann?
residence. Yeah.
I think that might have to do with the Mandela effects. I think when our resident, how do you say that word again? Blah. What's that word?
Yeah, I know what you're trying to with the
Resonant.
it's all about it's all about frequency and
frequencies. I think when the frequency changes, that's when we kind of shift probably into a different timeline or another reality. And I think that's when the MEs start popping up. And it seems like that most of the time for me.
Yeah, I agree. It almost seems like it's one of those things like a lot of things are connected. I don't know that there's one particular thing, but I think that there's a group consciousness that takes part. I think that there is a frequency effect, like as far as like if you want to get into like the multiverse argument, and I'm not even trying to say that's what it is. However, if you got multiple timelines running parallel to each other that are just slightly different but mostly the same, with where there's been a slight divergence in the timeline, but other than the slight divergence, it's let's say 85 to 90% similar. I think sometimes what happens is that the frequencies kind of like if you think about like two speakers on opposite sides of the room, and how sometimes when you walk through that room, you kind of hear like an anomaly in the sounds where it almost sounds like it swoops around to your left or swoops around behind you. Like it literally feels like you almost like you're hearing somebody moving through the room, but obviously it's just the speakers. I think that is kind of how it works on frequencies and timelines when they get certain like closeness or are they spreading apart, there's some type of echo or reverb or chorus or some type of sound audio, not just like in an audio sense but on a frequency level where they kind of mishmash again, and then that kind of sparks a new I don't know, like a new little diatribe of Mandela effects to be born. I don't know. I know how ridiculous lately I sound saying it.
No, I get what you're saying. I agree with you. I agree with you.
But I digress. Go ahead, Hebra, or whoever wants to talk next.
Yeah, I mean,
okay.
We can give the questions.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Huh? No. Don't be. No. I guess you already answered Sagi's question about what you think's caused the spike in the last month or so. It seems like we've had a huge spike. Now, before you answer that, let me ask you this: do you think that there's actually been a huge spike, or have we been so distracted by the coronavirus that we failed to notice?
Yes, I was telling Sandy that. I was saying to Sandy the other day, and she can tell you that when I'm paying attention to the coronavirus, because I'm constantly looking at the news, freaking out over, on Facebook, seeing everybody posting about coronavirus, including myself. I do that too. I'm guilty. That I seem to ignore the Mandela effects, and they have to present themselves in front of me. For example, the one I found the other night, right, Sandy?
Yep. Sorry,
and
I have it muted.
Oh, sorry, but I get distracted. If I'm distracted with the coronavirus thing, I tend to not notice the Mandela effects, and I'm wondering if maybe that's like a deterrent for us people who are awake, not to notice them, and when we should be noticing them because of the coronavirus. It like pulls. It's like a magician. Look what I got in my right hand, but I really have it in my left hand. Kind of like that,
That's a good analogy. Yeah.
Yeah. Look here, but don't look over there.
The old switch.
Yes.
What do you call it? Switch and bait? I don't know.
Yes, exactly like the coronavirus and the Mandela effect. Look over here at the coronavirus, but don't look at all those huge changes going on in front of your face. You know, which I feel bad when I miss them.
Oh wow! Look
You
at
know.
what Motar just said.
I'm not in there. I'm sorry.
There, I got it on screen.
Oh, welcome, Lothar. Wow, 500 views. Yeah, that's what I'm saying is though we're so right now because of this going on a month or a little over a month that how many Mandela effects have we missed, everyone? This could be tons out there that we've overlooked.
Right.
Tons, including music and logos and other kind of ones related. Bible changes. There's so many different effects. How do we know how many we haven't even seen yet that are still there for us to discover? You know, I'll come across them. You know.
You know, you were talking about system failure. He just entered the chat.
Welcome. I don't think he wants me to call him by his name. Welcome, system.
No, we often I think we've called him by his name, haven't we, Sagi, before?
Oh yeah. Plus we've called him a few other things, but we probably shouldn't say that on air.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, we're live.
Are we live?
Actually, no, we were just giving him kudos for how well he contributes to that group that you were mentioning just a few minutes ago. So he definitely made the short list of contributors.
Yes, thank you, system failure.
And I'd say that's probably one of the hardest parts of Mandela effect. The person who is actually out there finding the residue, and not only that, but they have to vet that residue, and that it's an actual real residue, because there's so many times when you think you've got something and it's just a deep fake. Like I remember the first time I came across that College Humor Sinbad movie, and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe I found this. I got to show everybody.
I did the same thing, and I was like, oh no. And I remember the movie. That was a movie I really enjoyed, and yes, I do remember Sinbad in there, not Shaquille O'Neal. So 100% for me on that one. That's another big one up there with me. Not number 1 or number 2, but it's somewhere in the top 10.
You know, you see that one the most often in people who are like new to the Mandela effect. Like it seems like it's one that draws people in a lot, because I'll see it I'll do a hashtag Mandela effect search on Twitter just to see like the latest post that included that hashtag. And I'd say at least 2 or 3 times a week, somebody's like, oh, I can't believe the Sinbad movie Shazam never existed. Hashtag Mandela effect. Like, where have you been?
Well, here's the thing, guys. I don't know if you noticed, but because a lot of us wake up at different times, well, one thing for me will be older. Somebody else will be new for them. And that's why I try to explain when I did start my group, 2 years ago, that I didn't mind people, posting old Mandela effects, posting new Mandela effects, posting old residue. And I'm not the type of person that in my group, I'm not strict at all. I'm not like some of the groups that go, oh, you posted too much of the Bernstein Bears, or you posted too much of Lucy, you got some explaining to do. That's why I want to be fair in my group and give people a chance, especially new people who are new to be waking up, that to them, an old effect for us might be brand new to them. And that's why I try to explain to people, it's only fair that we treat the new people with the effects that we've already known about. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I mean, it's so easy to get lost in the journey that you forget that there's people who are just now coming on board. And I guess I know Brian Stavely does a lot of this, like recapping and rehashing the old ones.
That's fine.
And you know what? I sometimes enjoy playing those back, because it just kind of it kind of just I don't know how to put it. Yeah,
rehash it.
Yeah, it puts it keeps that flag firmly planted, because those are all timeless. They're not going away. They're here to stay. Mandela effects, and there are always new people coming in. As a matter of fact, I would go so far to say is any YouTube content creator that's doing Mandela effects, it actually makes sense to go back and recover the original ones every so often, simply because of all the people who are just coming on board. And even if you have been around for a while, you can still appreciate what you know that kind of stuff. So yeah, I totally agree.
And
not only
that's why I did that to my group, so that I have the older effects for the new people, which makes it fair. And I know a lot of people are like, well, I've already heard that one. But think about the new people waking up. They need to see the old effects. That's new to them. It's only fair.
I can think of so many times where I was watching Dan's chat, because a lot of times I just watch the chat and I don't. I'm not really a super active chatter. I'm not big on small talk, and that's really all you can accomplish in a chat room. Either that, or you're going to look like a troll, right? If you're trying to, yeah. But anyway, to not lose track of what I'm saying. I see people come in and they hear us using all this advanced jargon like residue. Are you affected? Are you not affected? And you know the different things that we pick up along the way. And I'll see someone come in chat and they'll be like, "What is affected? Am I affected?" You know, they're like, "Are you guys?" You know, like, I don't understand. You know, and they're lost. They're in a chat room with a whole bunch of people who have who are there religiously every weekend, week out, and they're just trying to get caught up. You know, they're trying to understand what the heck's going on here.
We should call it the Mandela effect lingo. Oh, go ahead, sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah, I think every so often you need to have a back to basics type thing for people who just came on board.
Exactly, because the Mandela effects we brought on this week when we were on Taco Tuesday, Hebrew didn't see them, and they were old effects for us.
Yeah.
So that's why we bring them on, because even if you're in the community, you may have missed them.
Exactly.
Especially with live streams. If you miss one live stream,
plan on doing that like sometime in the. Let's plan on doing that sometime. Let's say in the next month or so. Let's get back together. Maybe we'll come on your show, or you come back here, and we'll just do a recap of we'll just do a countdown of Mandela effects, kind of to
rewind.
Yeah, rewind. Yeah, that's a good idea. We'll do a rewind.
Rewind. I remember those.
Yeah.
We do them all the time on Teresa's show.
Sorry, Sandy.
Yeah, we do that on Teresa's show.
I'm done. That's all I was saying.
Oh, okay.
That's okay, Sandy. You're awesome.
I was just going to bring up the fact that when you show old Mandela effects, you sometimes you go back and show the old ones, you discover new ones off the old ones. I know a lot.
Yes, Sandy has had that happen a lot with the Statue of Liberty, and what else, Sandy? Mount Rushmore. What's some of the older effects we've found changes on? Sandy?
Oh God, there's so many. There's so many.
What's that lady that hardly smiles?
Okay, for example, here's one.
Yeah. Give an example.
Richard Simmons. I believe Moneybags did a video that his headband was gone, but he failed to mention that his wristbands were gone too. I immediately saw the wristband, because he always had a matching wristband and headband on all the time, and the wristbands are gone as well. So I found the wristbands because Moneybags found the headband. Like, I'm always finding secondary Mandela effects, and once something is affected, once it has a change, it's much more likely to get a second change or a third change. At least that's what I found.
Well, yeah, you look at guys like Darth Vader or Tom Hanks.
Oh, geez, he's always changing Darth Vader.
You know, C-3PO. You can find several Mandela effects within the one Mandela effect. I mean, look at who did I mention? Tom Hanks. He's got several movies where there's several Mandela effects in that, and there could even be several Mandela effects within the same movie. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's one I should have sent you. You know what? I may send you another one.
Which one?
After we're done, I'll send you another Mandela effect with Tom Hanks.
Cool.
The Z one? Z?
Yes, the Z one, yeah.
Oh my gosh, they probably don't know about that one. Yeah.
Well, they might, but I'm also going to send the red shoe one because most people don't know that the man with the one red shoe was affected too.
Oh, really?
So,
Yeah.
That was with
Yeah.
Jackie Gleason and Tom Hanks.
yes, it was.
Mm-hmm. I used
So,
to love that movie.
oh, good. Then you're really going to be affected by this one, probably.
Uh-oh.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, I mean, it's been a
All right,
long
well, you guys
time
can-
since I've, huh?
Oh no, I was going to say continue with the interview. I'm sorry for interrupting.
Oh,
but it's
that's okay. I get distracted anyway all the time.
You know, the interview's the interview. I mean,
Sorry.
what else can I know you sent me a bunch of questions, Sandy, and we're gonna go over those, but you know, if you guys, Raven, Sagi, you guys have any questions you want to ask? Because pretty much you've answered all your own questions that I was going to ask for the most part. So if you guys have anything you want to ask, it's your turn.
Go ahead.
Raven, I was going to let you go first if you had something.
Sorry, I was muted.
That's okay.
I don't know what to ask because you've covered so much of it already.
Sorry.
I'm
No,
sorry.
it's good. It's really, really good.
I just thought of a good one. But go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Ask it.
Okay. Let me ask you this, and I'm sure it's a pretty standard question. I know we all get asked this from time to time, but has your family...
You're not going to ask her if she likes butter on her toast, are you?
No, not this time, man.
I do.
We already covered that. I thought. I don't know, but no. In all seriousness, though, does anyone in your family or surrounding friends outside of the Mandela affected community, have you ever been able to convince them of the Mandela affected community? And if so, who have you anyone close to you? Like, it could be anyone.
Well, that's a tough one, and I'll tell you why. Because unfortunately, both of my parents have passed away years ago. I am an only child. I do have a friend / boss that I work with who is aware of my Mandela Effect group, and he's always asking to come in there, and I'm like, nope, you're going to be a troll, because he's not fully awake. But I've caught him in a few things, remembering things the old way. Like one day he was like, Teresa, I am your father. Like Luke, I'm your father. I caught him doing that one day, and then I caught him going, I'll be back. And I looked at him like, oh my gosh. So he won't admit that he's awake, but yet I've caught him probably 5 or 6 times remembering things the old ways. But he doesn't quite believe in it.
Wait a minute.
If that makes sense.
Teresa, wait.
Yeah.
You guys are talking about the I'll be back. I'm not aware.
You don't know about that one?
I don't know about it.
Oh, okay. In the movie The Terminator?
Mm-hmm.
You remember how he always said, I'll be back with the accent? He doesn't do that no more.
You mean it's
Go
just
listen to it.
It's just like...
Go listen. Bring it up. Bring it up on there. You can hear him. Yeah, he doesn't say it no more like that.
That's how I remember it.
Can you guys hear me?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes.
Uh-oh.
Nope. Uh-oh. We don't hear you no more.
All right.
But yeah, that was an older change that the Terminator used to say, I'll be back. But now when you listen to him, he says, I'll be back. His accent basically is gone when he says that phrase. And if you want to find it, you can play it if you don't get copyright.
Well, there's so many different... he said it so many different times. I'm sure in the newer movies it's not as pronounced as the older ones, but it would be interesting to go back to like the original Terminator movie. I think he only says it once or twice in that movie.
It's gone. It's gone. The accent's gone. I've gone back and listened. Yeah, that's a huge one for me
as far
too.
as getting people converted, I think it's kind of one of those things where you can lead the horse to water, but you can't make it drink per se. You can make people aware of the Mandela effect. You can provide them with some good examples to give them, a really and provide the most logical argument, someone could ever put together to try to make them understand. But their consciousness is not going to really go there until that particular individual is ready. It's like one of those things where a person has to kind of get there on their own time. You can't rush the process for anybody.
You're sort of a, I've got this pulled up. It's sort of a montage.
You can give them the map, but they still they can't find the treasure until they're ready to go look for it. You know what I mean?
Well, let me let Sandy know. But I have something here. I got a montage of him saying, "I'll be back" several times, so we could listen to see if he says the accent in any of them.
All right, let's do that.
But we've got the montage here.
But we did that one, right, Sandy?
Which one?
The one where he doesn't have the accent no more. I'll be back. Remember, we both listened to it.
Oh yeah, we did that on Brian's show. I don't know. I don't think we're the ones who found it though. I think we just covered it. But
yeah, we're not the ones who found it.
Yeah, I got kicked out. Curious are called, and it kicked me out of the stream.
Oh no!
Oh no! Tell to go in the chat.
While he brings that up, and I noticed you guys were quick to make sure that that you didn't find it.
Listen to it right now.
Okay.
Okay.
Go ahead, then. I'll wait until afterwards to ask what I wanted to say.
Here we go.
Okay.
Back. I'll be back. I'll be right back. I'll be back. I'll be back. I'll be back.
See?
I'm going to say that, did you?
That's what you always say.
I do? I'm back. She'll be back. Stay here. I'll be back. I might be back. I'm back. I'm back. I'll be back. You've been back enough. I'll be back.
Okay. Well, there you go. We just heard it like a bunch of times. You know what? You're right. It just sounds wrong now.
It doesn't seem like the accent is nearly as strong at all. You're right.
Exactly. Sorry, that one really freaks me out.
It makes you wonder, and then one would, a skeptic would just turn around and say, "Oh well, we probably just overemphasized the accent of Arnold in just in a lighthearted way of making fun of his accent." Yeah, okay, I would give you that to some degree. There's a slight stretch there of that being possible, but no, I mean not when you actually hear it. When you hear it, it's obvious that it sounds different.
Thank you. That one really drove me crazy. There's some of them that affect me more than others, and that one I'm like, no, it was I'll be back. I used to make fun of him all the time. You know what I mean? I would say that.
Well, everybody did. It's like it's almost as well known as the Budweiser thing. What's up?
What's up?
What's up? Yeah.
I'll be back.
I'll be back.
Yes.
I'll be back. Yeah.
So I noticed you were quick to make sure you mentioned that you didn't discover it, and I noticed that Sandy also on Dance Channel is a lot of times always wants to ensure that the right person gets credit for discovering it or finding it or whatever the case may be, whatever they contributed. Now, I realize that that's important when you're doing discovery, but over the course of time, like years later, like today, we mentioned all these different MEs. It's not like there's an official record of who discovered what and when.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. So you can't say I found that.
You can copyright the Mandela effect.
Exactly. I know.
So they're all really out here for the whole world to share once it's all said and done with. However, I wanted to note that I respect the fact that you do try to give credit where credit is due in the initial moment when it's when it needs to be acknowledged, I guess. But,
and there's times that I'll find an effect and I'll be like, Sandy, can you check and see if this has been found? Because there's times that Dan will show one of my effects on the show every so often. I don't know if you notice that, but sometimes Dan will show one of my effects, and then he'll joke around and say, he won't say my name, but we know he's joking around. And then Sandy's like, "No, Teresa found this." But I know he's playing with me, and I know I shouldn't take him seriously. But I'm like, "No, Dan, I found that." And that's why you'll see me in the chat sometimes on Mandela Monday. Like, "No, I really did find this." But I know he's playing with me because he'll do that, right? Dan will tease you.
Oh yeah,
Right,
no,
Sandy?
no, Dan, he doesn't tease
Yes.
anybody.
All
What
the
are you
does.
talking about?
But I know he doesn't mean it. I think he does it because he likes you. At least I hope so.
Oh yeah, it's his way of being, I don't know, clever, for lack of a better word. He always tries to keep a certain edge going while he's broadcasting live, and I think that's just his way of trying to keep you on your toes, so to speak.
Yeah. But yeah, sometimes Sandy does. Like, I'll be like, "Hey, Sandy, can you run this by Dan and see if he'll show it on the show?" And yeah, and I'll be like, "Okay, let's find residue." And Sandy and I don't know if we talked about. There's times Sandy and I are on the phone hours hunting residue, right, Sandy?
All the time.
People don't know what goes on behind the scenes. You're thinking, "Oh yeah, you're going to be looking for residue. You'll maybe spend a half an hour." There's times we're on the phone for 3 hours. What's the longest you ever been on the phone, Sandy? How long? What's the
I
longest?
have no idea, but a long time.
At least 3 hours?
At least.
We've been on the phone sometimes for 3 hours, and we're both on our phones, and she's on her, what is it called? Your iPad? iPad?
Yeah, my iPad.
Her iPad. I'm on my phone. I do have a laptop, but it's easier for me to look on my phone for me. And we'll be sitting here hunting for residue, and I'm like, "We got it?" And she's like, "Yeah." And I send it to her, and she'll clean it up to make it look pretty because I just screenshot everything. And there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes that people don't know, especially when we go on Curious's channel and she's presenting it, and Sandy spends hours doing, what is that called that you do with the outline of the words? You bold them and all that. What's that called? Your fancy work.
I just prepare the images to show. That's all.
And she has a background of graphic designer, so she knows how to make images and words stand out so you can see them properly. So Sandy puts a lot of work into things when we're presenting things on residue on for her Mandela Monday. Of course, she gets everything ready for Dan, and then she also gets things ready for Curious's channel. And I just want to thank her very much for all the hard work she does to make Curio's channel so popular. I mean, because she started over with a new channel. There's a whole story behind that one, but we're slowly but surely getting her more. What do you call it? Members? What is it called? Subs, not members. Subs back.
So,
yeah.
I got a question for you, for both of you,
Yeah.
Sandy and Teresa, because I look up things occasionally. I am kind of research driven myself. I don't always look up Mandela effects. I like to look up a lot of. I'm a little bit more like there's a lot of different things that I dabble in, so to speak. But but when I do find one, I still get that same level of excitement. Even to this day, I mean, when you come across something, do you still get that same exciting feeling?
Oh my gosh. Sandy, tell them. How excited do I get?
Very overly excited. Overly excited.
I'm like, oh my God, I found a Mandela effect. And Sandy's like, okay. I'm like, I did, look. And then I get more excited when I find residue. Oh my gosh. I get on a residue high. Like, right, Sandy?
Yeah.
And once I start finding them, what happens, Sandy? I'll be like, oh, I found another one. And then sometimes I do get carried away. Like one time I was sending Dan straight to him, residue. And I think I sent him like 25 residues, and he wasn't very happy with that. I hit him with like 25, 30 residues. Remember the lamp one? The lamp? The Christmas lamp?
Yeah.
And
too many.
that was another crazy one. The Christmas Story, I remember the leg lamp having a red shade, and now it has a yellow shade. And I found at least 30 residues for that one.
I remember the
And
red shade.
yeah, and now it's yellow. Mm-hmm.
Gold.
No, that doesn't sound right at all.
Goldish yellow, yeah. And I'm like, no way. And yeah, Dan was like, you sent me too many residues. I'm like, I'm sorry. I get carried away with them.
I remember it being red because I used to put like this red thing over my lamp to give my room a rosy look. And I
Yes.
thought, oh, cool, I could just go buy me a red lampshade, just like in the
Isn't that
movie.
crazy?
Yeah, it's how you remember certain things.
Yeah, and now it's that golden yellow, and that one really freaked me out. And there was so much residue. And I mean, if you go back in the group and do a search for Christmas and the movie Christmas Story, you'll see all my residue. It's still in there. It's somewhere deep within there. But if you do a search for it, you can find all my residue there if you ever want to go back and look at it. It's there. So that was another crazy one for me. I would say that's in my top 10 as well. That one's another one that really upset me. I call it getting upset or freaked me out.
I think it's the ones that are really, really personal to us
that
affect us the
Right.
most.
Dan calls it. Dan says I spaz out. Is that his word he uses, Sandy? Spaz.
What's the word?
Dan says I spaz out.
Yeah, a bit. Yes. In a friendly way, though.
That's my word for freaking out. Yeah, spaz. No. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. Y'all asked me questions. Go ahead. What was the next question?
Can I ask one?
Well, one other thing I wanted to say, like to tag along with that, because you're talking about when you find residue, you get so excited about that too. And happened to me one time was I heard I saw where somebody had put up a meme that said, "I got a headache this big and it's screaming for Excedrin," and I'm like, that never happened, So I was like, it was like the Excedrin commercial, and the way I always remembered it was, I got a headache this big, and I can't remember the.
Sandy, you did that one, remember?
Written, it's got Excedrin written all over it.
Yeah.
So then I went looking for a residue of the screaming one, and I actually finally found a commercial that said it.
Wow.
And I was like, oh, well, I guess it's not a Minda. So I was actually disappointed to find that residue. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I was so sure that I had that it's screaming had never existed, but apparently it did.
Go ahead, Sandy.
No, I was just saying we presented that one as well back on Brian's show.
Yep.
I found it, a while ago, and at the time I couldn't find any residue for it. I couldn't find a commercial. And the weird part is, you're saying you found one commercial. That was the only slogan I knew for Excedrin ever. Like, there should have been multiple commercials on it. There shouldn't have been any variation. And what really bothers me is the commercial that I specifically remember. Here's what happened in grade school. We had to make a commercial for our class project, and our group did Excedrin, and we acted that one out. Back then, in that time frame, the only one available is the new way.
I got a headache this big. It's got Excedrin written all over it.
Yeah, that was the only option at the time that we made the video for screaming. I have a headache this big and it's screaming for Excedrin. So this could be one of those time Mandela effects where in this reality they went with two different slogans, but in my reality it was only it's screaming for Excedrin.
In
If
my
that makes
reality,
sense.
it was only have a headache this big, and it's got Excedrin written all over it. I'm
That's
like, what is this?
crazy.
What is this screaming crap?
So we have opposite realities on that one.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm right with you on that, Sagi. I just remember the one that says, I've got a headache this big, and it's got Excedrin written all over it.
As a matter of fact, I just brought up my
That's how
email folder.
You did?
It was back in February of 2019 when I was actually submitting all this to Dan for his show back then. So I have all of my links and all of my research. Afterwards, I'll find a way I can share it with you so you can see what I'm talking about.
Well, hold on to that. Hold on to all of that. We've got a lot of Mandela effects. We're going to go over a bunch of old ones as well. And before we get to that, this is long overdue. Let me go ahead and give this room a shout out.
Oh wow! It's an hour in, and we haven't said anybody's name.
That's right.
Oops.
Yeah. So let me go ahead and do that real quick, and then we'll get on with the show. What do you think?
Sure. You want me to do it?
Oh, I'll do it. I got it.
All right, go for it, my man.
All right, man. Hanging with us for the longest time has been System Failure. I'm trying to scroll up. We got Catherine Snows in the house. Mystery Fried Tomatoes. Let's see here. Oh, Paul Johnstone is in the house. Lotar 900. Michael Fontaine.
Michael Fontaine.
Oh, welcome.
Michael Fontaine.
Michael Fontaine.
Awesome. Welcome, Michael.
We got Eddie Von Keen, the real one.
The real one.
Welcome.
Scrolling down. Raven Hawk, of course. Sandy Diva. I'm just saying the ones that have chatted. That's why I said just them. Let's see here. Scrolling down, scrolling. Keep those scrollings rolling. We got Rich Fissinek.
Hey, Rich.
Fissinek. Okay.
Fissinek.
Huh?
Fissinek.
Say it again.
Like mechanic.
Fissinek.
Oh.
What's she doing? He's my favorite. What's that, Rich?
He was
Text
all
me
the way
later.
at the beginning. He hasn't chatted lately. I think he might still be here though.
Yeah.
Rich, say something.
And of course we've got Preliminal.
Hey, Prelim.
Liminal.
I love him. He's cool.
And finally, least but not last, we got Eddie Van King Corona, which I think is a variation of Eddie Van King. King. Oh, and Eddie Van King Corona, by the way, will sell you a used van with a mattress in it. Just saying.
Yep.
Oh, wow.
And the fridge comes packed with Corona, the beer, mind you.
Oh yeah, the case of Corona, the beer. Yeah. The beer, yeah. Oh, and Lorraine Lamore. How could I miss Lorraine Lamore?
And I know that name, Lorraine. I think she's in my group.
Lorraine does our beautiful song.
Oh, I'm confused.
Oh, yeah, Shifty Sunday.
Yeah.
Beautiful
did we
voice.
Play the song today, or did we just skip it?
Yes, you did. Lorraine Lamore had a beautiful voice.
And Rich just popped in and said hi in chat, by the way.
Hey, Rich, what's up? Text me later. We keep in touch.
Apparently you guys do have some Mandela effects you want to share.
Yes.
I didn't really get a good look at them beforehand, except for I noticed one. Looked like it might have been something you brought up once before, but you have probably so many. I'm sure there's going to be a couple I've never seen before.
Okay. Well, where do you guys want to start, Sandy, or are you going into Flickr, or how did you do it? Or did she just give them to you?
We're starting with one of yours, so
Oh,
if he already has
okay,
it
go
there
ahead.
and ready to go.
I think this.
Go ahead, bring it on. Which one is it?
Yeah, you know what? I remember when you. I think you mentioned this on one of the shows. Did you not?
Yes, but I didn't get to actually show the residue and what it was about.
Oh, okay.
This one really affected me.
Well, here we go. Yeah, I remember when this came up, and I remember doing this one.
Okay.
I
I'm
think
ready.
actually, did we not? The first time I had you on, I think.
Oops.
Did we?
I don't know, but we could do it again.
Maybe I'm just having deja vu.
Yeah, again, there's probably. I'm sure there's going to be people who appreciate seeing it.
Oh,
They
sure.
haven't seen it before,
Yeah.
so.
But here
Rewind.
we go. I'm going to put it up on the screen now, and we'll let the audience vote on this one. It's, I believe the way I've got it set up here. Let's see. All right, Sandy, you go ahead and give them a choice.
This one's Teresa.
Oh,
this one's
okay.
Teresa.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Teresa, you go ahead and set it up since it's yours.
Okay, well, there's a game back then. It came out, like the 70s or 80s? And it was a children's
1918.
game. What?
It's been around since like 1910 or 1918.
Oh, wow. I didn't know it went back that far. What do you remember the name of this game being called? It begins with the C. I don't. If I say the rest of it, I'm going to be giving it away.
Game. It's a children's game that's a bug building game.
Bug building game. What do you call them?
You know, it's funny that you're presenting it with the game, but I remember it. My original memory of this word does not game associates it. It was people in the playground being like,
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, we'll say that then. What does a boy say to a girl? You have, and I'm going to say,
don't touch me, you'll give me coronavirus.
Blank.
Right.
Well, that would be coronavirus, but yeah. What do you remember this being called? I don't know any other way to describe the word. Ew, you gave me. Spell it in. Anybody in the? I can't see the chat. So is anybody in the chat?
Well,
I can do that.
Eddie Van King Corona says cootie. Lorraine Lamore remembers it as Raven Hawk says cooties. Preliminal says cooties. And CJ Wood, who just now popped in, says cooties.
Awesome.
And they're all spelling it the same.
You got most.
They're all spelling it COOTIES.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. That's the way that I remember it. But guess how it is now? Now it's cootie.
Okay.
Yep, the S is gone.
Where do I go here? Forward
the
about.
Now it's cootie.
S.
And we have.
There we go.
Yep, and look at there's the residue. Thank you, Sandy, again. She's went in there and did her little design. I don't really want to call that. Square?
You're welcome.
Okay, so
I don't know what to call it. Her handiwork.
Here comes the
a brief history of cooties. But yet you see cootie. Mm-hmm. See it, guys? Cooties? Okay. Next one?
Okay, next one.
Please. Next. I'm just going to say next. Next. Okay. What is the square on, Sandy? I can't see it. Oh,
it's
you're going to have to zoom in on it. Whoop.
Oh, if you zoom in, it says cooties. On the box and on the pamphlet.
It says cooties.
It's hard to see it.
You know what's weird though is that they put an apostrophe on it as well.
I was getting ready to say that. It's got the apostrophe.
Yeah, no, it never had apostrophe either. It was COOTIES, but no apostrophe. That's weird. That's
like
the new
right
one.
Here. Okay.
Can you zoom in on it, or you don't have no way to zoom in?
No, look at that picture of that boy and that girl. It's obvious that they're exchanging cooties, right?
Yes.
Never mind, I digress.
Very obvious. That's funny. Oh yeah. Okay. Cootie game. Capture the cooties. And if you look on the right hand side, 1910 antique cooties. And if you look lower in the corner, you see cooties again a few more times. Thank you again, Sandy.
You're
There's your
welcome.
cooties with the S. This one really freaked me out too.
That's just a weird word in general, if you ask me.
Yeah. Next.
Oops.
Oh, can't see that one. Oops.
Let's see here. Cooties.
Oh, there you go. I found the T-shirt. There you go. Cooties, showing that bug again from the game. See it? That one I just found tonight. I got lucky. I don't know where that one came from, but it came out of another reality.
That's such a classic tee. Like back in the '80s, that would have been such a cool thing to wear. You know?
Yeah, it's weird because
I thought it was a cute shirt. I love a shirt like that.
cooties.
And there you go, cooties.
Mm-hmm.
There's your cooties there. The different
They look
colors.
like aliens mixed with insects. Am I wrong?
They do. Oh, they do. They're weird looking. Look like ants in a way, like big ants.
I don't remember their heads being that shape. I remember their heads being round.
Yeah.
Oh no, Sandy just found another Mandela.
What I do, I completely, I don't remember them that shape at all.
That is different. I'll have to go back and look at that one. Yeah, that's true. There's your, yep. Look, Cooties game. There you go. It says right there, right clear right there. You can't miss it. Cooties. That's what I remember. I played it as a kid. I remember that. Cootie. Now that says Cootie. Oh, that's weird, Sandy. But yet it says the game of Cooties on the right. See how it conflicts? You'll notice that a lot with Mandela effects. I don't know if you guys noticed that. You'll see it one way, the way that you remember it correctly, and then another way, it's the wrong way. Well, to us, it's wrong. And that's what it's like they don't clean up behind themselves. They'll have it right one way and wrong another way. And that's how you know it's the Mandela effect, usually.
We just saw that the other day with that whole LinkedIn thing that Moneybags did, where people are giving tutorials on how to use it, but for some unknown reason don't know how to spell it in current realities terms. So it is weird how so many people will post it with the wrong spelling, and the correct spelling is right there in the image next to the posting itself.
I know. That just really blows my mind to see that. You know, two different ways.
Okay. Yeah,
that was Cooties.
That was the
all right. Well, I feel like I need to go take a shower real quick, so you guys go right on ahead.
Right. Let's see.
That's fine if you want to go ahead.
I'm just teasing.
Oh, okay.
I got some hand sanitizer here. I'll be all right.
Okay. We're not infecting you, are we?
No, I just gotta get those cooties off of me, you know.
Get those cooties off. Yep.
I tell you what, I miss that reality where, you know, we had to worry about things like fictional cooties versus fictional other things. So never mind. I don't want to go down that rabbit hole.
Now this next one, this next one has to do with well, I'll just put it up there. How about that?
Okay.
There you go.
That's yours, Sandy. Go ahead.
And this is Sandy?
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. I can't see the chat right now, so I'm getting images ready for the ones I'm sending you. But if one of you could let me know what the chat's saying. You probably have seen this before, but if you haven't, please describe Hippo's teeth.
Hippo's teeth.
Oh, man.
Hippo's teeth. Right now I can remember like two teeth, and there's two teeth, and they're like sort of, just a white color, and they're separated. They look like they got almost like a gap between them.
And they're square-ish. And they're square.
They're square.
Yeah, they're square, almost like how would you say, like trying to think, like the phone charger little cubes that you stick your little phone charger in.
Okay. Now here's another question. What's the chat saying?
Let's see here. Eddie Von King says, look like a big round peg. Michael Fontaine has large bottle teeth. And Catherine Snow says, like a piece of chalk.
Yeah, I could kind of
Okay.
go with the piece of chalk thing.
Like I can see
All
that
right, well-
too, like two large pieces of chalk, right?
Well, you guys remember it just like I do, just like Teresa does. That's not
Wait
how
till
they
you
are
see
now.
this.
So you can go to
Wait.
the next images.
The next image would be going backwards, right?
Yes.
I believe so.
There.
Oh, that's the residue. That's what we remember, correct? Is that what
Yep.
everybody remembers?
Yeah.
Okay.
Residue.
That is, I think you skipped an image, but that is what they look like now.
What?
Now look. Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
That Those don't look like hippo teeth.
No, they don't.
Oh my gosh. They look like what are those wild boar things called? Oh yeah.
Wild boars.
Wild boar.
Swords.
I mean, look
They
at
look like
those.
swords.
Look at those lower teeth. I mean, talk about really sinking your teeth into the issue.
Ah.
Seriously.
I think they look like
Seriously.
tusk.
Huh?
There's
I think
more
they
images
look
so
like-
you can see how crazy it looks. I'm sorry,
Yeah,
Teresa. Go
that
on.
one. I'm sorry. I was saying they look like tusk, like very dangerous tusk.
Yeah, and it seems like it would be impossible to close his mouth.
That's crazy, Sandy. That was an awesome find. That's crazy. I don't remember the teeth ever looking like that. And when she found this, I was like getting goosebumps. I knew right away this was wrong.
How did they?
I knew it. That was an awesome find, Sandy, for that one.
We
It's
were
like-
asking that too. How do they close their mouths? Yep. Mhm.
Very carefully.
I'd say, yeah, I'd have to. And,
Ninja
and not
time.
only that, not
If you
only
go to
that,
the
they
next
close-
image, you'll see a lot more teeth that are horrifying.
Wait a minute, is it this one? No.
No,
Oh, here.
yeah.
Oh, what? What? What is this?
They have
What?
tusks now.
No,
Mhm.
I don't remember that in my Hungry Hippos game.
I don't either.
Oh, wow. That is
Wow.
messed up, dude.
Is that freaking you guys out?
Oh, for sure.
That's the new normal hippos now. Yep.
So there's more, right?
Yep.
I don't know. No, I think that's it for the hippos.
That's it for the hippos. Okay.
So now you gotta find the other graphic.
Let me go ahead and remove that real quick. And this is fun, guys. You know, I have fun when you guys are on the show.
We'll definitely come again,
we
right?
have fun
Right,
too.
Sandy?
Yeah, we'll come on again. We have a lot of
Yeah,
fun
we'll come
here,
on
too.
again. Sunday's perfect for me as well because I go to work tomorrow and I'm off Saturday and Sunday, so I'm fine. Right, Sandy? You too?
Yep. I'm back in the
Yes.
chat.
Raven posted she was having internet issues, so she's going to just listen and chat because she keeps getting kicked out.
Oh, okay.
So just so you guys know, she's still hanging around, but she's just not in our
Okay.
thing anymore.
Okay.
Well, I gotta say, I remember this. I think we saw it on Mandela Monday, one of those Mandela Mondays.
You may.
Oh, I don't know.
Hmm?
I think I fell asleep during this one.
Oh.
Teresa, no, we covered this on Brian and Curious's channel. You
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Yeah,
I can't remember all the Mandela facts.
Ducks have
Hebrew, sometimes it's hard to keep track of all of them.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. I'd imagine
Kinda.
so. But there's the
Well,
Yeah.
true or false.
in my past, yeah, they're already answering in the chat. And I
Okay.
think you already saw it, so I'm not going to ask your opinion right now. What about you, Sag?
Yeah, I already know the answer, but what I would have normally said would be no.
Okay. So, in my past, they didn't have teeth anywhere, but now they have teeth on their tongues, the roof of their mouth, and like around the beak. And never in my past.
On the tongue is the one that gets me the most. I'm
Yeah,
like,
and on the roof of the mouth. It's crazy.
yeah. No, I definitely remember when this was floating around. I think it was either when.
What? You're breaking up.
Uh-oh.
Huh?
There's an
Look at
echo.
that one on the bottom left there.
Yeah.
Looks scary.
Well, I'm the one who found this here, bro. So if it was floating around, it was floating around after Mandela Monday.
Okay.
I was there when Sandy found it too. I was on the phone with her and I was like, no way. So yeah, I can be a witness. Sandy did find this. Now that I do remember it, because I remember freaking out. So yeah, Sandy's the one who did find this originally.
Yeah, I
Got
think
it
I
right
saw
there.
it on Mandela Monday. It was about a month or two ago, right?
Oh no, it was about 8-9 months ago.
Yeah.
Oh wow, it's weird how time
Yeah.
flies.
Yeah. But the
Too
thing
fast.
is, I have a lake in my backyard at my mom's house. I grew up with a lake in my backyard. Why am I hearing an echo of everything I say?
Yeah, I'm hearing an echo too.
Uh-oh.
Okay, now try it. Uh-oh.
Hello?
Is she gone?
No, I'm here.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I
But
think. Go ahead.
I grew up with a lake in my backyard at my mom's house. I saw ducks and geese all the time. I saw them with their mouths open, honking and quacking, and I've never. This is new for me. This was not how they were. I wish, like, they're really small, but every single one of those have teeth.
Whoa.
It doesn't matter the breed.
That is so weird. They have to have little tiny toothbrushes then, Sandy.
Yeah.
Little tiny ones.
Duck biscuits.
Yeah, oh my gosh. I definitely, you know what? My parents, let me tell you what. When I used to live in Florida many years ago when I was young, we had, like, they called it Lake Eola. It was like a man-made lake. They had ducks there and geese and swans. I don't remember whenever I fed the ducks seeing teeth. And I mean, some would come kind of close. I don't remember seeing that as a child.
No.
That really blows my mind because I used to always feed the ducks. They would get this day old bread at this bakery place, and I remember feeding them. I don't remember seeing little teeth. I would remember that.
I agree.
This is a huge one for me too. Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, childhood memories did not include teeth smiling at me.
I seem to remember a little bit, like maybe geese, maybe having a little bit of teeth, but not because geese do bite
like that.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, a goose will goose you, you know. Just saying.
Yeah.
And man, I'll tell you what, those suckers hurt. But I don't remember them having teeth like this. This is ridiculous, especially this tongue right here. This looks like something out of a horror movie, you know, to be honest.
Yeah, it does.
Alien ducks.
Yes, alien duck.
Yeah, it gives like a whole new scary vibe to the game Duck Duck Goose, you know?
Right.
Yeah.
Duck, duck, I'm going to chew you up. Hey, I got it. Duck, duck, I'm going to chew you up. That's a new game. Get it? Duck, duck, I'm going to chew you up.
Yeah, I get it.
Ryven in the chat is saying she was hearing the echo sound the whole time.
What? I don't hear it.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's
weird.
gone now. Yeah. Maybe it was.
That was weird.
It happens from time to time. Though it's definitely been known to happen.
Oh,
You know,
could have been a
StreamYard's
glitch.
a lot better at not giving us the echo than what we used to get when we used to use Hangouts. It used to be so bad.
That's
Oh,
not
yeah.
the graphic. That's the answer.
Oh no.
What's that?
That
Oh.
one's not it.
Okay, I won't say it. All
We
right.
didn't see nothing. We didn't see nothing.
Nothing to see
It's
here.
okay.
Just keep on moving.
Let's see here. Okay, I bet this is it.
You're looking for the one that says it has 2 changes.
Mm-hmm. I bet I got it now. I'm on it. I'm on it. Check it out. Mm-hmm.
There
Hey,
you
we
go.
just
I don't
saw
know
this. Didn't we just see this picture the other day, Hebrew? Remember that guy?
Yeah.
Did it at home?
Yeah, I remember. And I remember
What
this.
is that?
What is all that noise?
I'm getting an echo too now.
That's
Hold on.
not me.
Let me try something here. Okay, now am I getting an echo?
No.
No.
See, it's
How about now?
Yes.
Do you guys need me to leave and come
Blaming
back
an
in?
echo?
No, I think just like if you could, like when we're talking like this, just kind of mute up until you're ready to talk.
All right.
I think it's coming from your end for some reason.
Well, yeah, let me leave and come back in. Maybe it'll fix it.
All right.
Okay.
All right. So this one's an old one. I covered this on Brian's show a long time ago. Son of Man is 2 changes for me. And although you guys saw it for a split second, does anyone know what the 2 changes are? Do you know this painting? I went to
No.
school for graphic design, so I had several
I
art
don't
history classes. So I saw a lot of paintings. So I don't know if everyone knows it as well as I do.
Is that
I don't
better,
know that
guys?
one, Sandy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little
Awesome.
better.
All right, so what do we got going on
Diva?
here? Did I miss the introduction?
Yep. Pretty much.
A painting. She's talking about a painting.
I just asked if anyone knows what the 2 changes are.
I don't know this one.
It's okay, Teresa.
I really don't. I've seen a picture, but I don't know anything about the whole history of it. I've seen it, but I don't know it. So I'm out on this
Lorraine
one.
Lamore says the apple's too small. And that could be the problem. Because the problem for me is you can see his eyes now.
Oh, yeah.
You couldn't see his eyes before.
No.
And he also didn't have a sprig of leaves on top for me. So I have residue. If you can go through the images now.
Okay, cool. Should I go backwards or forwards? Hold on.
It's probably backwards.
How about this?
That's residue of what I remember. The whole face covered. You can't see the eyes. And maybe 1 leaf, if not none. I can concede to 1 leaf. Maybe 2, but not like a whole sprig of 4 or 5 leaves. That's not how it was for me. It was very clean looking. Very minimalist.
Yeah, the bottom left there, I guess that's The Simpsons.
Yes.
They usually are always in the mix with the Mandela effect residue, and they are usually accurate, not 100% accurate all the time, but more accurate than most because they take a certain level of pride in accurately depicting mainstream narratives. You know what I mean?
Now, interesting, Lothar remembers the apple red. It was always green for me, but there is one of the residue. He's got a mostly red apple, so I can totally see that. Preliminal, for me, his whole face was covered. You couldn't see his eyes, and now you can see his eye. And there are only maybe 1 leaf that you're missing an image there. There we go. There's the close-up of the eye, so you can see it. The eye is definitely sticking out of the painting.
Well, I know that on the other one too. The way I remember that the whole face was covered. You couldn't see his mouth, nose, eyes, nothing. It was like one huge apple over the face.
Yes.
I mean, you can
And I
still see the
also,
flesh. Some of it. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
oh, I was just still answering preliminal that the other change is that there's like 4 or 5 leaves on top. I remember none. I can maybe one, but I don't remember a ton of leaves on top like it is now. So it's the eye and leaves. I'm sorry, Hero. You go on now.
Oh, okay. No, I just like I said, I just remembered, like you said, the whole face is covered. There might be a few fleshes here and there, but you know that was it. No nose, no eyes, no mouth, no anything. That's what made it so creepy for me.
Mm-hmm.
And that now it doesn't seem as creepy.
Actually, it seems creepier to me that his eye is poking out. It looks weird.
Oh man.
Was that the last one?
Okay, here's this one.
Well, because I have 2 more to send you, but I don't want to send them till you're done.
I think I remember this. I mean, I don't remember the effect, but I remember the saying how it went. This one. So,
okay,
whose is this one?
Part of it. Well, that one's mine, but there's another one attached to it that's Teresa's. So find the next graphic after this one, okay?
Sure will.
Okay. So everyone, what is the York Peppermint Patty slogan?
That's the tough one for me.
Preliminal says, "Get the sensation." Anyone else? Catherine Snow says, "Taste the sensation."
Oh.
What do you guys think? Hero?
I think it's taste, if I remember. I distinctly remember the word taste.
I remember feel the sensation.
What?
Interesting.
Feel like, you know.
Oh.
So does Eddie Van King Corona.
No, because I remember, like, wasn't this the one that you're standing on top of a mountain or whatever?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now Preliminal's questioning himself, saying, was it taste? I thought it was get the sensation. Lorraine Lamore says get. Well, I remember taste because they're tasting the sensation of cool peppermint. But it is get the sensation now. It was not feel, but maybe for you it was. I didn't look for that. I looked for taste. So the residue for me is going to taste. Now here's Teresa's question. Spell patty. York Peppermint Patty. Spell patty. And
Spell patty. What do you remember? This is part of my top 10 freak out ones.
Okay.
Part of it. Yeah. How do you remember peppermint patty? You know York peppermint patty? Spell patty. What do you remember?
You want me to go?
Yeah.
I've got it.
Yeah, I want to know what you guys remember.
I'm not looking at the bottom of my screen. By the way, don't look at the bottom of my screen, guys.
Yeah, don't look at the bottom. What do you remember from your memory? Looking at it in your hand.
Go ahead, Hebrew. I'm sorry.
I would say PATTY.
Okay, what about you, Sag?
My knee-jerk reaction would be to do PATTY too, but then when I actually visually imagine that, it don't look right. So then I go, well, PATTIE has got to be the answer. But that don't seem right either. So I guess I'm kind of stuck in the middle.
With me?
You're having a duel then. Okay.
Oh, okay.
You remember?
Let me.
Do you remember PATTY or a PTIE?
Well, the Sag says he has a dual memory. Hebrew said Y. In the chat, Preliminal says IE. Eddie Van King Corona says Y. Catherine Snow, Ravenhawk, Lorraine Lamore all say IE. And Catherine Snow says Peppermint Patty with a Y was a Peanuts character.
Yeah, I was getting ready to say that. What about her name?
Rich Vasanic says a Y.
If I had to go on a limb, I
Okay.
would go ahead with the IE.
All right. Well, let's see. Let's see
Okay.
what it is.
Well, let's show it how it is now, Sandy.
Wait a minute. What
It's
happened
not
there?
in order, Teresa.
Oh,
So we're showing the residue
something.
first. It's okay. Just go
Okay.
in the order you have.
No.
Well,
Where did it go? I saw it.
okay.
No, wait a minute.
Now it's spelled IE. Now it's spelled IE, and I remember PATTY because it's like my
okay.
favorite candy bar.
Hebrew, just go in order. Just go
Sorry.
back and go in order. We'll
Go
get
ahead.
to it. All right.
Okay,
It's
let me
okay.
flip it. All right. There we go. Okay.
This
So
is
here's
residue.
of the patty.
That's residue, right?
Yep.
Um,
This one's also posted in the group, somewhere in the group. I should just do a search, and there's tons of residue for this. This is just a fraction of the residue. I kind of go
Yeah,
overboard a lot when I go residue
mixed-
hunting. Yeah.
Wait, mixed. This is mixed together with the taste sensation residue. Just want to let you know that.
Yep.
it says get.
So,
Mhm.
I'm sorry, go on. Yeah, you read it because you can see it best.
Get the sensation is what it says down there at the bottom. York Peppermint
Yep.
Patty Factory to close, and they spell Patty PATTY.
Yeah. But yet, look at the picture down below, like how it's spelled on the actual candy, PATTIE. That's conflicting again, like the Mandela effect. Remember, the spelled two different ways, and that proves it right there.
Hold on a second. Lorraine Moore, that's not a different brand. It's always been York Peppermint Patty.
I'm wondering
Yeah.
also, like the spelling down here at the bottom, are they meaning it because there's two of them? Like it's
No, it's just patty, singular.
plural?
No, it's just singular. There's no S.
Okay.
No, that's just what was on the wrapper at the time.
Really?
Yeah, Catherine Snow. Patty is the current reality, i.e.
And here's some more residue.
Mm-hmm.
But it says, I get the sensation. Like a lot of them remember.
That's the way I remembered it, because I remember I get the sensation that I'm standing on a mountain.
Mm-hmm.
That's how
Interesting. Eddie Van Keen remembers, I remember New York Peppermint Patty.
Huh.
It was always York, just York.
Oh, wow.
Maybe that's where they got York from.
Taste the sensation of decadent dark chocolate.
This is their website. Their website is saying taste the sensation.
Oh, wow.
But it's always been get the sensation. Since 1970.
Wow. So again, you got something conflicting here.
Mm-hmm.
Hershey's Almond Joy Mounds York Peppermint Patty PATTY again. That's some good residue right there, I would say. And if you look here on the label, you guys probably can't see it. It's spelled PATTIE.
And that one has an S.
Wrapper, and then down
it's
here.
a bag.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Peppermint patties. Okay. What do we got here? York
Some
peppermint
sort of candle melt stuff.
York peppermint patty, aroma beads, jar candle. And again, I'm getting an echo, guy. Are you guys hearing that echo?
Yeah.
Sagi, you get your TV on or something? Hello? Anybody here?
I was muted up, my man.
Well, where's the echo coming from? Hold on. Let me mute up and you guys talk for a second.
All right, Teresa? Did we lose Teresa? Hero, come back. All right, Teresa, where are you?
I'm not hearing it now. She left.
I'm
the
here.
room?
I'm hearing Teresa.
Okay.
I'm here.
Okay. I hear you.
Hey, you want to hear something cool? When I go into the live chat, I can watch the live chat. It's cool.
Yeah,
If I
you
click a
can watch
button.
live chat from the app. Yes, you just can't interact.
Yeah, I
with
didn't
them.
know I could do that. That's cool.
Yeah,
Huh?
just be careful you don't click out by accident.
Yeah, but that's neat though, because I can say to you guys in the private chat, like I can say I'm back here, like I just did, but I can also go in and see the live chat. But I don't think I could type in there, can I?
You can't. That's what I said. You can't interact with them. You can only read it.
I gotta
But
say,
I can read it.
I gotta say something about this one. I remember this. This is one of Peter's flashbacks, where he
Yes.
and what happens is these guys, they keep taking bites of York peppermint patty, and they all get stuck on the mountain. They all get stuck in the mountain. And I think this guy,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
And look at the way it's spelled.
Mm-hmm. PH.
I never
And
saw
that
this episode.
was awesome residue. I think I found that one, right, Sandy?
Yes.
Yeah. And like I said, there's lots of different places, as you asked me earlier, different places to find residue. You just have to go every avenue you can. Yeah.
This one says taste the sensation.
Yep.
Hmm.
And underneath it says your peppermint patty cookie or something with a Y.
Yeah, down here at the bottom. Yeah.
Yep. That looks good. Yummy.
It does look good. I tell you what, I got some chocolate chip cookies on top of my fridge. I might get into them here in a minute. So
Gonna make everybody hungry.
Yeah. Well, you guys made me hungry before we went on the air.
Oh wow.
All sitting there talking about food, and
I was eating chicken earlier, some fried chicken. I got at Walmart yesterday.
Oh man, I haven't had fried chicken since this whole business.
Try the deli. If you got a Walmart near you, go to the deli and they have fried chicken. It's delicious. It's good, trust me. But heat it up for about 6 minutes in the microwave. 6 minutes at the most.
Unless they deliver, I ain't going. I ain't trying to go into Walmart right now.
Well, I got my new mask now, and I got gloves. I'm ready. Going to battle.
Ready.
I'm going into battle.
Well, I'll tell you what, it ain't the fact that I don't have mask or gloves, because I got plenty of those. It's just all the BS you got to go through.
I know. That's why I only do it once a week. I only do it on the weekend. That's it. I get enough to get, and then I go and I get what I need to get. And I usually buy extra. Like, sometimes it's good to buy extra, you know? I know. It's not fun.
Not crazy extra like a year's supply of toilet paper. She means a little bit extra.
No. I only have like 4 rolls of that.
Well, Sagi, you still here, buddy?
We put him to sleep.
Oh, no, I'm here.
Okay.
I'll let you read this one. Can you see it?
Yeah, you picked out the smallest one. Yeah, I'll let you read that one.
Yeah. Get this.
All right. It says in the green box, peppermint patty with a Y.
Mm-hmm.
When Marcy eats a peppermint patty, she gets a cold sensation.
Oh, no.
That Charles Brown won't be feeling anytime soon.
What is the second green box? I can't see it.
Anyone remember it as taste the sensation?
This is a non-Mandela effect person
nice.
commenting that on a commercial.
Oh, wow.
Like 3 years ago. Or, yeah, I think it was 3 years ago.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Let's move on, because we got a lot of these.
Yeah, you can move through them faster. I mean, it's...
Do not taste the sensation. Crisp, clean peppermint, cream-filled dark chocolate patties, 4 ounce each, good to cut in half in pieces.
They're soap.
Man, those things are
soap.
huge. Really? That's soap?
Yeah,
Huh.
that's why do not taste the sensation because
Oh,
it's soap.
I got it. No, see, if I had not known that, if I didn't see that do not, I probably would have ate one. I would have been blowing bubbles out of my nose. But no, we got.
Now I see those little blue and white pellet things looking like M&Ms. Do they make a version of York that is like that now?
They might. I don't know. They
Okay.
have everything now. They've all copied each other. They all have everything. I wouldn't be surprised.
Oh man, this is. See, you guys you come on the show, you show all these food products and this delicious looking ice cream here, which is probably butter, by the way, because that's what they
Crisco.
use.
They use
Crisco,
Crisco.
yeah. But it looks good.
But you know what? Wait until you see the pie.
The pie.
The pie is so good.
York peppermint patty, Patty, ice cream. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's get to the pie now that you mentioned it.
All right, there's how it is
my
now.
phone's acting bad.
Uh-oh, that ain't good. Okay, Patty. That's what it is
now. Now look, it doesn't look right to me. I'll tell you that much. It does not look right.
Did we lose Teresa?
Not yet.
Oh, okay.
Ugh.
Oh, there's that
the pie.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Did they still
frozen peppermint patty mousse pie?
Oh man. No, I heard someone pop in. Who was that? Hold on. Did someone pop in? Wait, why is there two Teresas on here?
I don't see two Teresas.
Yeah, there's two.
Oh, she may have switched phones. She may have switched phones and not hung up.
Okay, so let me pop this one in.
Not again.
Okay, there you are.
Teresa?
Hello?
Teresa? Teresa? She's muted. I can see that. Teresa? Can you hear her?
No. Here, hold on a second. Okay, let's wait.
Hello?
There? Oh,
there, we can hear you. I hear you.
Shoot.
I hear you say shoot.
Yeah, we can hear you. Can you hear us?
Start.
Can she hear us? That's the thing.
Hold on, folks. We're having some
Teresa, can you hear us?
technical difficulties. Well, hey, I'll tell you what. While we're waiting for her to fix her issues, I'm going to go ahead and skip over.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah. Just is there another one there, or do I send you? There is. Oh, Teresa's one is next.
Okay, so we'll wait. Well, that's not. Wait.
You got 3 more images if you want to show them. Oh, now this was in. We just found this tonight in Reddit. So someone by the name of I'm interesting, please, posted this same question in Reddit 3 years ago, and we lost Teresa now, and she didn't know about it until we just found this out tonight. We also found Taste the Sensation in Reddit tonight, so someone else found it 3 years ago as well, and we had no idea about it, so we wanted to include that.
Oh wow! There,
so even though we found these on our own, like a year after they did, I still wanted to give them credit because they posted it first. in Reddit 3 years ago in the retcon subreddit.
Okay, let's do
The
this.
next one should be there's the Taste of Sensation
Oh.
by
Oh.
Looney Deco.
I think we got Teresa back. Let's see if we can hear her. Teresa, you there?
Can you hear me? Hello?
Can you hear us?
Hello?
Teresa, can you hear us? You can't
Hello?
hear us.
Uh-oh. No. We can hear her, but she can't hear us.
You guys hear me?
I hear you.
She can't hear us though.
Can you hear me? I can't hear any of you guys at all.
Hmm.
Sandy?
I'm gonna message her.
There
I'm
you go.
messaging her backstage.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Oh, okay,
You
cool.
can hear us now?
Yes.
Great.
Yes.
Good, because
I had to
your
restart
Mandela
my
effect's coming
phone.
up.
I don't know.
Okay,
Okay.
well,
I can hear you now. That was weird. I had to restart my phone. It's okay now.
all right, well, your
All right.
Mandela
Go
effect's
ahead.
coming up, so now we can move on to it.
Woo! Let's go. Let's go.
Well, here
My
these
phone
are right,
started acting glitchy on me.
these are right in order, so I don't
Go
have
ahead.
to. Here we go. No, wait. Oh.
That's a taste sensation.
Taste the
Okay.
sensation.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I remember. Yep.
Here
Good
is
find, Sandy.
moving on here because we got this one here, and I think we got 3 more or 2.
Hold on for a
Oh,
second.
wow.
Did the question say Patty with 2 D's?
Oh,
That would have been spell check changing it on me really quick. I'll check. It's okay. You just talk about this one while I go check.
okay. We'll
What
talk
happened?
about this one.
Nothing. Don't worry about it.
I guess first we could.
What was that noise?
What noise?
I heard a weird noise. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
I don't understand what question she's talking about because it was just a blank.
Huh?
I don't know. Catherine Snow says that question says PADDY. I don't know what question she's talking about.
Oh. Well, I don't know.
Okay.
But we have here, what is the name of this movie? Oh, I see.
And we have answers coming in the chat already. What do you guys remember, Sag and Hebrew?
Do I go first? I can go first. I remember The Little Rascals.
Yep.
What
Say it
about you,
again.
Sag? Wait, Teresa.
The Little Rascals?
Huh?
Sag, is Sagittarius speaking still there?
I hope so. Sagi, can you hear us?
Saggy. Saggy.
Oh, man. We're having technical issues all over the board. Well, hey, it is Shifty Sunday, so. Oh, there he is. Okay. There we go. What happened there, Sag?
I fell out.
Oh, okay.
But
We're all
yeah, that
taking
is
turns getting kicked out.
the little rascals.
All right, and the answers in the chat. It's unanimous, Teresa. They all say the Little Rascals.
No. Well,
Teresa's
I
alone on
remember
this
Little
one.
Rascals.
She remembers there
Yeah,
being no
and I've got residue to prove it. Yes. And I've got residue to prove it too. Right, Sandy?
You do. So
I don't
you want to
remember
show the
no the.
residue really quickly.
Oh.
This one kind
Doesn't
of.
look like anybody's affected by this but Teresa, but
Yeah.
she could try to prove her case.
Little Rascals. See, I thought this one was going to be like, oh, well, it's no longer the Little Rascals. It's our gang now. But I guess
Well,
that
it is our gang too, apparently.
so
Little Rascals, see?
Little Rascals.
Little Rascals. And there's your hopefully correct. Oh no. You see it, Little Rascals?
Little Rascals. Yeah, they even. I mean,
Yeah.
this is something that someone made. So
Yes.
You
And look
know.
what they put. They remember it.
they remember Little Rascals.
Little yeah. And I found a bunch residue. This one I just barely found. Was it today? Yesterday?
Yes,
When did
today.
I find this one?
Last night.
This morning.
Last night.
Yesterday. Last night. Yeah. Look at this. This lady had a baby shower. Little Rascals. And also, if you zoom in, Sandy, I think the Target logo's there too. If you see it in the corner, there's like a Target logo on the right and
I
next
see
to
it.
that
You
cake.
can't zoom in though, but I can see it.
I know.
Right here, yes. Right there. Do you guys see it?
See it? That's the Target logo.
Yeah.
You'd have to point it out. Can you point it out with your pointer?
Right.
Yes,
right
yes,
there.
right now.
It kind of reminds
Like
me
hiding
of
on the
dog
right.
because of
Yep,
the
the Little
dog.
Rascals baby shower. They did.
No, go ahead, guys. I'm sorry.
No, that's
Well,
fine.
what does it remind you of?
That's the theme of. Yeah.
Ebro, what does it remind you of? You were about to say something.
It reminds me of the Target dog, and I know the Little Rascals or our gang or whatever you want to call them had the little dog with the spot on his eye, much like that's Target's logo.
Exactly.
And also, worth noting that next to that Target is a multi-pack of Cracker Jack, not Cracker Jacks, Cracker Jack.
Yeah.
I remember Cracker Jacks with an S. Do you guys?
Yep.
Yeah, I remember
Yes.
Cracker Jacks.
Buy me some peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I ever go back. Yep.
Well, actually, I do want to go back to when they were called Jacks, if I could, please.
So
Thanks.
if you go into the box and try to eat Cracker Jacks, you're only going to get one. You only get one out of each box. It's just like a huge.
That one's a huge one for me. Yeah.
It's a huge Cracker Jack. Oh man, and no prize.
Yeah, that's a big me. That's a huge me too.
Really?
Leah Thompson.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
Yes. She plays the teacher, teaching these kids how to dance. She's a teacher.
Now, well, this is in the movie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, the movie.
Now, is it the movie? Now, the movie itself, what is the movie title? Is the movie got the in it or no the?
Yes. Yes, it does. Yes.
Okay. So the movie has the, and then the show back in the day, it also had the.
Yes.
So they're consistent.
I think it started out
without the.
Sandy,
Right.
but I think it started out originally Spanky and Our Gang. I think that's how it started out.
It did.
In black and white. If you Spanky and Our Gang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I believe we have.
And there's been, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No,
yeah, and Leah Thompson, as you know, related to this, Back to the Future, along with the Back to the Future Mandela effects, again related to this.
Yeah, they like to travel in packs, those little ME guys.
They do.
Yeah. Like, what do they call that? 7 degrees of
separation.
What do you call it? 7 degrees.
6 degrees. 6 degrees of separation.
Little Rascals.
Oh, sorry.
Our Gang.
There you go, Little Rascals.
Yeah.
There you go. I tried to convince Sandy of this one, but I figured the residue would speak for itself.
The residue
I can see how
that it was like that for you, but for me, it was always the.
And again, you can
But the
get lost
residue
in
speaks
this.
for itself.
You can get lost in the semantics of the in just the context of how you're referring to it. But at the same time, it is important to note that people do put the on there as a
lot.
Yeah, when it applies the most. Like, for instance, like to give you an example, when a book title has the in front of it, but then the movie might come out without the word the. You know what I'm saying? People will still put the if they read the book already, because that's already ingrained in their memory that way. So even if they take it away, like an ME takes it away, people don't switch on those thes. They keep the even if the movie loses it, is what I'm trying to say, and that's the important thing you're trying to point out here, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
Well, another example is Nightmare on Elm Street. I've seen them say the Nightmare on Elm Street, and that freaks me out because I don't remember the Nightmare on Elm Street.
Or we were talking earlier about the Terminator movie. I call it the Terminator, but apparently there is no the in the title. It's just Terminator, right?
Yes. And I remember just Terminator. I don't remember the.
Right.
I don't remember the and Terminator. I just remember Terminator.
Wow. Yeah, me too.
But it's just another example of how it's an important detail to acknowledge this, no matter which way you're used to saying it, just because of the fact that it may change. I'm sorry. I go off on a tangent. I do that occasionally.
It's okay.
No, that's okay. I understand, but yeah, it can happen. That I noticed, like some of the rock groups, Sandy, like the Eagles. We've seen it just Eagles, and there's the Ramones. I've seen it Ramones. There's a lot of bands out there that are without the thes, or with the thes. It's really weird,
Yep. I think the backwards ends on this are very weird.
Yeah, go back to that other image where it said Spanky's hideout or whatever. How did he write the N on that?
Oh, okay. Let me get that back in there.
You got to go back. Go back a few.
And when you're done going back,
you passed it. You just passed it.
Oh, did I?
Yeah. Keep going. One more.
Keep going.
One more.
One more. Yep. Keep going.
Oh, never mind. You don't say it. You don't even spell it there.
Mm-mm. Okay.
All right, I'm going to send you the other ones now.
Oh,
what I'm going to do is I'm going to send it as you show it. I'm just going to send you the graphics first.
Ah, okay.
That way, we're definitely in order.
I got you. That would make sense. I gotta say, this has been a really enjoyable show. You guys really, you came on here with your A game, and just like you did on Taco Tuesday, and I just wanted to say that I really appreciate that.
Oh, you're welcome. I had fun, right, Sandy?
But yeah, we always have fun. I enjoy it. Thank you for having us. I enjoy being here.
Yes, thank you. We'll definitely come again whenever you guys want us. We'll bring you some more new MEs that will shock you and some residue. Yay!
Yeah. I wanted
got tons of residue.
Michael Fontaine in chat said there's a cartoon called Freedom Force that's free to watch on YouTube. Apparently, it is showing. They have a lot of residue on that show as well. It's something that a lot of people are overlooking because everybody's go-to grab bag is always, The Simpsons or Family Guy, but apparently this Freedom Force cartoon has a lot of examples. You guys thought I'd mention it. He brought it up in chat a few minutes ago.
I don't remember Freedom Force, but I remember Rambo, The Forces of Freedom.
Oh, wow.
I do remember that cartoon. Maybe totally different cartoons, I don't know, but I remember it being a whole big to-do because the networks were saying, well, how the heck are we going to make an R-rated movie into a cartoon? And Rambo Forces of Freedom was the very first R-rated. It was the very first cartoon that was based off of an R-rated movie, and then later followed, like RoboCop, and I think Terminator had a cartoon as well. So that was I'm sorry, Teresa, you were saying?
I don't know. I forgot. I lost my train of thought.
Okay.
It's okay.
But going back and looking at some of these, you can find more residue on cartoons, not just The Simpsons or Family Guy, but I would venture to say all the cartoons. Like
wow, yeah, there's residue.
I know in
Joe
it shows. I'm sorry. It shows the globe, like Cobra Commander's dancing on the globe, and it shows the globe the way we all remember the globe being, the way that we remember the Earth being. With all the countries and stuff in the right places.
And a lot of sitcom shows also have residue. Like y'all are gonna laugh at this one, but you remember the show called The Nanny?
Oh yeah.
A lot of residue in there, like the butler dancing in the risky business with the glasses on, and remember the rock and roll with the glasses.
Risky business, yeah.
Yeah, and there's been a few residues I've found in there, like for example, this one's a big one for me too. Rolo's candy. It's now Rolo, and the nanny said Rolos. So there's been a lot of residue in the nanny as well. And also Roseanne, when she used to have her show, Roseanne had a lot of residue in that one as well.
Absolutely, so yeah. We talked about that on Taco Tuesday when I talked about the dogs playing poker painting.
Yes, that's a huge one. I didn't get to watch the video yet. I'm sorry. The last one you said you did, and you mentioned me with the residue. I didn't get to watch it yet, but I will this week sometime.
Well, hey, no problem. I mean, it's still up there, so
Yeah, I'll definitely check it out. But it's weird, yeah. Jeopardy also has a lot of residue. Jeopardy.
Really? Oh
yeah. Yeah, there's a website, J Archive, where you can search every Jeopardy question and answer.
Yeah. What's the link, Sandy?
Shared that. Huh?
What's the link for Jeopardy? Do you know it?
I don't have a link for it. You just have to Google J Archive. Moneybags found that resource and shared it in one of his videos.
Another guy, speaking of residue, another place that I go to, I'm just going to tell you because I found a lot of residue, the Wayback Machine. It's www.thewaybackmachine. It's free, and they do take donations, but you don't have to donate. But go to the Wayback, BACK, machine.com, and there's tons of residue. And I've gotten a lot of residue in there. A lot of residue. Just to let you know, another trick that I go to.
I noticed that when I do my videos and I'm trying to find residue, a lot of residue could be found on eBay as well, because a lot of times you'll see the product name, like a lot of these people will put in the description the name the way we remembered it, but then if you look over at the product, it's like one of those contradiction things that you mentioned earlier.
Yep. And what's the other one, Sandy? I always say the name wrong. Etsy? Did I get it right this time?
You just said it right.
Yay! ETSY.
About a month or two ago, I went out in my garage, and there's like one of those doors up in the ceiling, like to get into the attic, inside the garage, and I hadn't been up there, and I don't know how long. I don't even remember if I ever been up there, but I all of a sudden was curious to pull it to the side, and I got a ladder, and I got up there, and I found this box. I brought it down, I put it on the kitchen table, and I was looking for, I'm like, oh shoot, I might find some residue in here, I open it, and I see some old magazines and some VHS tapes,
No
I'm like,
way.
yeah, I'm like so excited, and then I push all those things out of the way, and there it is, my college water bong, and I had so much residue in it.
Oh God. Hopefully you didn't make it. Hopefully you didn't make it disappear.
Yeah, I know, right?
Right. Well,
All of
that
a
would
sudden, I
be
remembered all these MEs. I'm telling you,
that'd be some stout stuff, man.
I
Um.
I do that every so often. I just like to lead you guys down a funny path.
Oh God.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, you're pretty good at that. Just saying.
Yeah. It's out there. It's out there. The residue. It's just a matter of having a lot of patience, right, Sandy? And I'm going to say this word. I'm going to probably say it wrong. Perseverance. That means don't give up. Be determined. If you're going to
Yes.
if you're going to want to find something, don't give up. And that's Sandy and I's motto: is we keep searching until we find the truth. That's a good quality that we both have, right, Sandy?
Right.
Yep. Don't give up too easy. If any of you guys are out there and you want to find residue, just keep searching. Don't give up right away.
You
It's
need to
there.
get creative in your search sometimes.
Yeah, get creative. Think of other ways. Paintings. We do this. We do paintings, tattoos, toys, games, posts like on Twitter. People who post stuff, and Facebook. There's different avenues that you could find residue in. All of Pinterest. I find a lot of my residue in Pinterest, but yeah, there's everywhere. Different places to go. Different places.
Yeah, and System Failure made a good point. It's like sometimes if you just stop looking and sit back and just because sometimes you got to clear your mind. It's kind of like looking for something in your junk drawer. You know what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
if you just sit back and stop and just it comes to you. Like it'll come to you. Oh yeah, I left it over there. I think it's the same thing with Mandela effect residue.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know.
When you're not looking. Like
Mhm.
sometimes Sandy and I will try too hard together looking, and then all of a sudden I'll find something and it'll lead to another effect that she'll find, and it's like a chain reaction. Right, Sand?
Right.
It's weird, yeah. It's amazing though how and another thing, I know you didn't ask me about this in the beginning when I first woke up. I was having a lot of synchronicities. It was so bizarre. Sandy and I had a lot of them, and I had a lot with Brian. And I was wondering if you guys, between you and Sagittarius, Sagi, did you guys have a lot of synchronicities together, working as a team?
He's muted up. Sagi, did you hear that?
Sagi.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was talking and nobody was listening because that little mute button was still pressed. But yeah, we used to have synchronicities a lot, especially when we first started. We still get them from time to time, but I'd say the frequency is not quite as often as it was when we first started. Yeah.
Oh, the one that I had, I have to tell you guys the story. Brian and I, while back, he was in a grocery store, and far across, he lived in, I believe it was Georgia, Sandy? Was it Georgia?
I think so, yeah.
At the time, he lived in Georgia, and I live in Las Vegas. Well, he was in a grocery store, and he took a picture of a certain product, and I'll tell you what it is after. I was in Walmart near me, and I was taking a picture of a product. Do you know he took a picture of Lorna doing cookies about 45 minutes before I took a picture of Lorna doing cookies? Neither one of us knew that each other was taking a picture of Lorna doing cookies. Not even kidding.
That is weird when stuff like that happens.
Exactly.
I brought up on the show once before. I remember distinctively a brand of cookies called Grandma's Cookies, GRAMMAS, and they would come in a short little tube.
They're my favorite. They're my favorite.
but they don't exist anymore.
Yeah, they do. I just ate some.
Oh well, I can't find them. I couldn't find them online anywhere. Not Grand
99
Mall, like the
No.
chocolate. Yeah,
Yeah,
Grand
the
Mall.
90. They sell them in the 99-cent store, like they call them the 99-cent store, and they also sell them in gas stations shelf on the shelves.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, go to the 99-cent
Oh.
stores if you have them. They call it 99 cents and above, and also go into like Shell stations and look where the cookies are at. They sell them.
All right.
Trust me.
That
Yes.
reminds me.
And it's
Yep.
GRAMMAS.
I'd have to look at my garbage here. Hold on. Grandma's.
Okay.
I have to dig through my garbage.
Rooting
Sorry.
through the garbage. I think
Somewhere in here.
you know the show's.
I'll get back to you on that one. I'll get back to you
Yeah,
on
you
that
don't
one.
have to do that right now. I don't expect you to go through your garbage.
But yeah, they're my favorite. I have the vanilla ones.
But no, Sagi, why don't you tell her about Pecan Sandy since we got Sandy on here?
I love those too.
Yeah, tell her what you found out. You discovered something.
Oh well, they're just called Sandies now,
No, they were
not.
pecan sandies.
and you can get them either with pecans or however you say it, or you can get them without. They have them both ways. Yeah, but you have to pay attention to the small print to note whether you're getting them with or without the pecans, because they're not called pecan sandies. And as far as I can tell, they have always been called Sandies, but I'm not 100% sure on that. Yeah.
No. They were always called pecan sandies. Oh, sorry, that one freaked me out.
Yeah, I mean, you could do your own research and then come to your own conclusion. But from what little bit I could tell, I couldn't find any boxes, actual Keebler, containers that said the word pecan in them in big, large print.
I bet you I can find you some residue on it.
Yeah, see what you can find. That'd be interesting to
I'll
find out.
tell you what. Tomorrow when I'm at work, I get a lunch hour. I'll see what I can find, and then I'll forward it to Hebrew, and then he can share it with you. How's that?
Sounds good.
I'll see what I can find. Got to give me time on that one, though.
All right.
But I will be determined to find something. All right? I won't let you down.
Sounds good. I look forward to seeing what you find, because I'm sure you're going to find something.
I love the challenge. Trust me.
Well, I'll tell you what. This next one we got here is one that I'm interested in, because this is a movie I know I've seen at least 1,000 times, and I'm pretty sure that this one might resonate with me. I don't know. But here I'm going to go ahead and pop it on the screen here.
What is this one?
It's the man with one red shoe. What kind of shoe is the red shoe? Oh, I think I know what's going on.
I've never heard of this. This is new to me.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh man, it's a good movie. When you get a chance, we'll have to watch it together sometime. It's got Tom Hanks and Jackie Gleason, and Jackie Gleason plays his father. Sandy, is this yours?
Let me see.
Yep, that's hers.
All right.
That is.
You want to explain it, Sandy? The residue. The answer or the question?
Well, I think
One of those.
It's what I'm looking for. Well, let me hear. First of all, Hebrew, without me explaining anything, because you saw the man with the one red shoe. Can you describe the shoe?
I honestly, I'm in my head, my mind's eye. Okay. I actually see it as more like a diabetic, sort of big shoe, like a big shoe, because you know how diabetics have to have those big shoes on one foot. It's like a
Interesting.
You know what I'm talking about, like not therapeutic.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Some kids actually wore it in school in the 80s. Like I went to Catholic school, so
Mm-hmm.
We had to dress up. So I know what you're talking about with the really thick sole.
Right.
Huh.
And that's what I'm imagining in my head.
I
Oh,
gotta tell you,
wow.
that's wrong though. Like it's not even close to reality.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I want to ask a question. It's a man with one red shoe. So my first instinct would be to say that it is a woman's shoe, like a high heel or something. But then, with Tom Hanks, anything goes, right? But
Well,
I just don't think that's
this
the
is
right
more of
answer.
a,
Plus, I don't remember ever seeing the movie, so I guess my opinion isn't really that significant. So I'm gonna have to pass.
if you've
It's
seen the
okay.
movie, if you guys seen the movie, his dad actually has diabetes, and that's why in the movie, and that's why I was guessing the what did Lorraine Moore say here? Orthopedic shoe is what I.
Orthopedic. Yeah.
All right. Well, here's I'm
Catherine.
just gonna start sending you graphics so you can understand better.
All right.
There's two things going on here. It's kind of weird. Okay, so where are my graphics? All right. I thought you were going to say a red sneaker
Oh.
because it's a red sneaker now, and it always was. I do remember a red sneaker. That's not where I'm getting at. You can show the next image now.
Oh, okay. Hang on, just one. Let me get it out of the stream here. Hold on.
Yeah.
Let's see. Dum de dee, dum de doo. The man.
Catherine Snow says sneaker.
One
Catherine Snow.
two.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, sorry. I was singing my little bit there. Okay. Here we go. Oh, wow. That's a sneaker.
And I remember this
Oh
quintessential
my God.
70s, early 80s red sneaker.
Mm-hmm.
The problem,
Mm-hmm.
there's two problems actually. Here's the next image.
Okay, next image. Here we go. And I have to go back into the whatchamadoodle when I get these
You
images.
have to leave every time. All right, I'll send them at once then. Hold on. But you can show the next one.
Oh, I most certainly
I'll grab
will.
them all.
Mm-hmm. I will show the next one. Wait, there is no next one. What the?
Oh no.
I mean, I got the sneaker. I got the man one red shoe thing. I got what's this? Oh, that's cooties. Sorry, folks. Oh, here it is.
Oh no, you got cooties.
Nike swoop.
There's
Wait.
a Nike swoop. He's wearing Nike red sneakers now. At least that's what I can see. I haven't seen the movie since Finding the Mandela Effect. It's been a long time, but it looks like a Nike swoop to me. The point is, there was no white on the side of the shoe when I saw the movie. It was just just like the poster, just red. You're not presenting, by the way.
Huh?
You're not presenting.
Oh, I'm not? Oh, my God. I'm so sorry.
No, it's okay.
You like how I overreact to things? It's funny.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah, okay. There we go.
The thing is, it's not a reaction for me. There was never a white swoop on the side of the sneaker for me.
No, that's just...
And that's a scene from the movie. You can see it right there.
Yeah, that's strange how you can see it. And also the fact that he would have, Michael Jordan wasn't even probably popular yet.
Oh, sure he was. No, he was.
But the thing is, I remember a shoe. It looks just like the Nike one on the right without the white on the side.
Oh,
I don't remember the white swoop. And that's what they draw on the poster, is that shoe without the white swoop.
Look at this.
But it gets... Now, this is out of order because I sent them all to you at once.
Oh, no.
It's interesting that they're using a Vans sneaker here, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
But let's go on.
Okay.
Because you need to see another image first. It's these Vans are important. You'll see. Keep going.
All right. Boom. Oh, wait.
That's in there twice. You can skip it.
Boom. Whoa.
So this is a promotional picture for the movie. They used it on the VHS case and everything. For some reason, they have him in red Vans.
Oh, really?
And some people remember him wearing red Vans in the movie, which is very strange.
Hang on.
So I included it.
One second. Sag, could you mute up for a second? I don't know why, but we're getting echoes off of his watch.
It's probably his headphones are either not working right or they're not connecting right.
But
he's wearing red Vans there, and he shouldn't be. There were no red Vans in the movie. But they used this for the box.
Oh, wow.
Like on the back of the box where they show you scenes and stuff.
What the?
This is somebody remembering red Vans. This is weird. Why are they remembering red Vans? There was no red Vans in the movie.
I gotta go back.
Dan found his other shoe. It's a red band.
No, I actually, it's been a lot of years since I've seen this movie, so I didn't remember I really can't say for sure if I have a dog in this fight because it's been so long. I've seen it 1,000 times, but at the same time, it's been so long since that last 1,000. Just saying. Okay. What we got here?
So those are the same clothes they were wearing in that shot with the red bands. Okay. It's just showing you that it's one of the promotional photos. That's all.
Ooh. Okay.
And that's it.
All right. Well, yeah, that's definitely. I gotta say, I don't remember it being like this. From what I do remember, I remember it having a sort of a higher top, like a high top, almost. Not like.
Yeah, I remember those shoes right there without the white swoop. That's what makes it. That's what it's just. I don't know, the quintessential 70s, 80s red sneaker. Am I using that word right? I don't know. But I have one more to send you, and this one you may have seen.
Oh, okay.
While she gets ready to go, system failure just said sayonara. He had to go. I think he's getting ready to do his own thing, but wanted to thank him for being here and showing support. And I noticed Oiler Greg popped in.
Yeah,
shout out to Oiler Greg.
We haven't seen Oiler Greg in a lifetime and forever. How you doing, Mr. Oiler?
We're using his created his T-shirt creation as our background this evening.
Yeah, he won a T-shirt contest to design the slogan or the logo that would go on a T-shirt for our show. So,
congratulations!
Wow.
Yeah.
Which is the background that we're using tonight. Yeah. So,
what does that say again, Sagi? I shifted. How did it go? I came all this. Wait. I would have to show the logo, I guess. How can I do that?
You can just put us off to the side, can't you?
Nah. Yeah, probably. No.
Yeah, that would be too easy. I mean, we can't do it that way.
I shifted 10,000 light years to Orion, and all I got was this T-shirt. That's what it says.
I thought you were going to show it.
Okay.
You're such a tease, I swear.
I know, right? That's what I do on this show, man. I tease and I sneeze.
And I just keep saying please.
That's right. You know your place. That's good.
All right, listen. I sent you one image of the graphic, and then I'll send the rest over to you after.
All
at once.
And she wants you to get on it right now.
Oh, that's right.
No, I'm explaining how I'm going to do this one.
Oh,
Make
I
life
know.
easy.
I know you are. I'm being ornery.
Yeah, if we didn't like you, we wouldn't mess with you.
I know. That's how Dan works too.
Mhm.
You know,
Yeah.
you put on these cool shades like my Battle Cat, image is wearing, and you just start to feel so cool that you can get away with stuff like that.
Yeah, like that time we were on Michelle's channel. And we basically we walked in there like we owned the place and took over.
Yeah.
Didn't mean to, but it's like when you're at a party and your friends are gonna start some shit, and they're gonna start some shit, and you just like kick open the door and walk in like you own the place. You got to do that every so often. I have no idea where I was going with that, by the way, so I'll shut up. All right. So what you got here for us, Sandy? Have I got it yet?
You're not sharing, by the way.
Oh, I know.
Okay.
I can't share if I don't have nothing to share.
I sent it already. You didn't get it?
Oh, no, I haven't. Oh, hey, it's getting late, folks. Let's see here.
We're having too much fun.
There we go. I see Tom Hanks. I see Cooties.
No, it's the last image. I'll send it again. There you go.
I see it on my phone, but I don't see it in our doohickey. Okay.
Interesting.
Okay, I got it. All right. And I got it twice.
Yeah, I sent it to you twice. Yep.
Okay. So it's going to be twice as nice with extra hot spice. Here we go. There's that. What?
What was the name?
Are we
You're going to read good.
Oh, no. Oh, I can. Okay. What What was the name of the fortune-telling machine? Oh, I remember this. And big. Yeah, I remember. There's two Mandela effects here, I guess, right?
No.
Oh, no.
No,
This is an
there
older
could
one.
be. There could be, but the thing is, it could
What are
also
they?
be a misunderstanding, and I'm not sure if it's really a Mandela effect for some people, or if it's really that they didn't understand that there's two different types. But anyway, we're going to get into the answers coming in right now. Catherine Snow says Zoltar. Michael Fontaine says Zoltan, and that's the issue we're going to get into. I'll explain it later. But for now, I just wanted to hear everyone's answers. And what do you remember, Hebra?
I have to go with Zotar.
And what about you, Sag?
Yeah, I'm leaning more towards Zoltar, but I would not be surprised to hear it was Zoltan either, because that seems natural as well to me. So I guess I'm slightly dual leaning towards Zoltar.
Listen, it should sound natural to you, but I'll explain later why. So, anyone else that want to guess in the chat before I send them everything else? I'm going to start sending you stuff, and then I'll check the chat before we show the images, okay?
All right. No problem. Wait, what was that? Oh, my God. Oh, okay. You scared me there for a second.
Okay. There's another graphic, which you should show first.
I got to show
And then the rest is all residue.
All right, cool.
So Rich Vasanic says Zoltar. All right, now before you show anything, let me explain. Zoltan was a fortune-telling machine, but instead of giving fortunes, it gave you horoscopes. So there was a horoscope version and the fortune-telling version, and it had the same person inside. And the only thing different was one had an N. But the thing is, maybe it was Zoltan. Maybe it was reversed for you guys in your reality. Maybe Zoltar was the horoscopes, and Zoltan was the fortune telling. But that's not what I'm getting at here. The point is, you are all saying one word, And that is not the reality we are in. It is now Zoltar speaks.
Really? What? No.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. Look. Okay. Look at this sign real quick. There doesn't even look like there's enough room on that sign for another.
I know.
Now, and have they upgraded him to like where he actually speaks out loud versus slides you a ticket?
Yeah, I thought he
No.
only slid you a ticket.
He only gives you a ticket.
Mm-hmm.
Huh. That's a weird thing to say. Something speaks if it doesn't actually speak.
You'd think. Yep. Mm-hmm.
I actually remember. I don't remember what the other. There's another Mandela effect with this. I thought.
Well, there was the eyes, but I don't know where the residue is. I couldn't find it. I don't remember his eyes glowing red. I remember them glowing yellow, but now they glow red.
And I've actually seen one of these in real life, like at a Buffalo Wild Wings or something along those kind of lines, you know, and like what next to a claw machine or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And
well, I do have what you've seen. Just as proof that they exist. But for some reason in the movie, it's different now.
Huh.
Well, here.
All right. You've got me intrigued. Let me tell you that much.
I'll tell you that much right now. Yeah. I actually saw an episode of Batman the animated series where the Joker had one of these things in his amusement park hideout, and I think that it was just called Zotar.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it was called Zotar Speak, and actually the ticket came out of the guy's mouth for some reason. And I don't know. But,
I kind of remember that too.
Huh? Hello?
I remember that too with it coming out. Oh, he's got to mute again.
Says you're gonna have to mute, buddy. Okay. Now, what were you saying, Sandy?
It's when I hold my phone a certain way, you guys get feedback. So I got to remember not to put my hand. If I put my hand over the speaker, it causes it to echo back into the mic. So I have to remember not to do that.
Okay, I was saying, I kind of remember it coming out of his mouth too.
Okay.
But so this is your wish is granted. It's showing big and it's saying Zoltar, not Zoltar speaks.
Right. That's how I remembered it. I mean, this isn't even. Oh man. Okay.
He doesn't look very friendly either. Like you,
not at all.
Yeah.
He never did.
Sinister looking, like you're getting a bad wish.
Yeah, like you. I'm not so sure that I want this wish that you're about to grant me.
There's the ticket.
And it just says Zoltar, correct? I can't see that one. It's too small. Yeah, it's Zoltar.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says your wish is granted all around it.
Just Zoltar, not Zoltar speaks.
Oh no.
There's the Zoltar machine.
Mm-hmm.
Just Zoltar.
Is that the one you remember, Sagi?
Yeah, it give or take a few minor details. I don't have a strong recollection of him wearing yellow like that, but you know they may have made different suits for different.
They did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Zotar. Oh wow, that looks just like the one in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I wish I were big is underneath it.
Right.
And the eyes kind of look yellow, but there's also red. But it kind of looks like I remember is that the eyes going yellow, not red.
Okay, what's going on here? It sounds like someone's running the Velcro attached to their what were those jackets called that were that material?
That's okay. That's okay. That's the last one anyway.
It wasn't me. I was on mute.
It was me. It was me. I was touching the microphone. I apologize.
Oops.
You did.
That's good. At least you were doing that.
Yeah. Huh? Oh yeah, I shared all your information. Shared it with the world, or at least the 15 people watching.
What did he show?
No, I had all the messenger stuff up there.
Oh, you mean I could have saw Sagi's real name?
No. Sandy's.
Oh, Sandy's. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh.
But no, I got to tell you, we are having a contest, and I need to bring this up before I forget. And it's people who. Okay, let me get this right. It's people that don't know what Sagi looks like. They can send a drawing of what they think Sagi looks like into my
Or
email.
any artistic representation.
Sure, you can sculpt them out of your mashed potatoes if you want.
I'm going to guess salty hair. Salty hair.
Well, you email a submission, and then on May the 10th, I'm going to do a reveal. Whoever was I guess we'll judge. Chat and the panel will judge who was the closest. That person who has guessed the most correctly or got the image the most likeness of me will win $25 cash prize, sponsored by Lorraine Lamore. And
wow.
Second
Very
place
nice,
will
Lorraine.
second place will get the T-shirt that we just mentioned with the image that we just shared. And then after that, for people who have already seen what I look like, then there will be a second drawing for their submission, and they will be eligible to win a $20 cash prize from Lorraine Lamore. So
wow, nice.
Have you ever showed your face?
Anybody can
before?
participate. Yeah, if you've seen what I look like already, you can participate in the ladder challenge. Yeah, and if you haven't seen what I look like already, then you are eligible for the first one. Does that all make sense?
How are you going to know whose submission knows you and doesn't know you?
Well, we're just trusting the honor system.
I think I remember. Weren't you in front of a computer when it was really dark in the background? I remember seeing. I think I remember that. Like you were in front of the computer, but it was really dark around you, and you could kind of barely see your face.
Right?
Yeah, but I couldn't hardly see you, though.
I'm not going to give away any teasers or...
I remember that one. I could kind of see you, but not really good.
Right?
Yeah.
And
I remember that one. Yeah. Kind of.
But yeah, so anybody is welcome to participate that wants to participate. We're hoping for high participation. So even if the best you could do is a stick drawing where you describe my hair color, my eye color, and my approximate height and weight, then, that's an entry, I guess.
Cool. Okay.
All right. Well, guys, it's almost midnight my time, and Sandy, I know it's almost 1 your time.
Yes. It's time.
Yeah, I think
that's what they say about all great things. They must eventually come to an end.
Aww.
Unfortunately. But
we could do this again. This was fun.
Yeah, I liked having you guys on, but at the same time, I can hear the tiredness in Sandy's voice.
Yeah.
It's slowly creeping up on me. I've been drinking a Coke all night. Cokes.
She didn't
keep me awake.
Huh?
I said I've been drinking Cokes all night.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
That's my caffeine. Yeah, I'm a little wound up.
Huh?
Hebrew, Lorraine is asking what time on May 10th is the deadline.
Oh crap. Well, What time do we?
Well, we usually go on air sometime a little after 9. So
yeah.
once we check that email, I'd say 9 p.m. We'll check the email a little bit before 9. And if you're a last minute kind of person, I wouldn't wait till right then, because if we end up going live and we don't,
I would. You know what?
Yeah.
What about like around 6? That way it gives you guys time to judge.
Yeah,
Right.
let's say 6 p.m. That way we know for sure we got it before we go live.
Wait, 6 p.m. Eastern, Central, what?
Yeah, Eastern. Any time zone would still qualify.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, 6 p.m. Pacific would be 9 p.m. Central. That's why I'm like, which time
Right.
zone are you
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, if it's 6 p.m. where you're at, that's the cutoff time.
There you go.
Ted, you killed me.
Made that
bro.
easy.
Well, hey, here's what I'm going to do real quick. I'm going to give this room one last shout out, and then we'll give our final thoughts.
Sounds good.
All right. Cool.
All right. Okay.
You could tell Sandy, like you tell, like when we first started, she was a ball of energy, and it almost seems like all that energetic energy stuff has been sucked out of her.
It is 1 a.m.
Right. So let's do this then. Let's put a bow on it and send it in the Christmas gift card set. All right, here we go. We've got Lorraine Lamore, of course, Michael Fontaine. I'll pause. Oh, never mind. We got Catherine Snow's System Failure. Raven Hawk was here. She was on the panel. Unfortunately, she had to go. Her internet was being screwy McClooey.
Sorry about that. Michael Fontaine, did you say?
Michael
Misty
Fontaine.
Fried said good night. Misty Fried. Good night, Misty Fried.
Good night, Mystery Fried.
Mystery Fried was here as well.
Yeah.
Let's see here. I'm scrolling down, guys. Just give me a moment. Oh yeah, Rich, Fishneck. Fishneck. How do you say it again, Teresa?
Pisanic, like mechanic.
Oh,
that's okay. It took me a long time to say that.
Mechanic.
Right.
Okay, I got it.
Like the mechanic.
And did I mention Euler Greg?
Michael Fontaine. Got him.
Michael Fontaine.
Yeah, you did.
No, it's a thing we do.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sandy's in the chat.
And Sandy's here. Sandy, do you have a wrench?
CJ Wood says good night.
You should have a
I
wrench.
do.
Okay.
Good night, CJ.
And good old CJ Wood was here as well.
Catherine Snow. Snows.
900. And,
Catherine Snows?
Huh?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, I got
She
her.
sends love. She sends love. Good night, Lothar.
Now I know I'm missing one more.
You sure?
Oh,
Don't forget Preliminal.
Preliminal was here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Who else?
System Failure.
Yeah,
Preliminal.
I got him.
And
I think you got everybody.
I think that's it. Hey, you know what, guys? Even
Eddie Von King, guys. You missed Eddie Von King.
Oh, Eddie Van Corona too. Yes.
The Corona dude.
Yes.
Very, very good. Keen eyes there, Sandy. Thank you.
No problem.
So, anyway,
that was fun.
You know, once again, I'd like to thank you guys for coming on, and I think we had lots of fun here tonight, and I think we got a lot of things covered.
Yeah, for sure. It was great having you on as guest. We'll definitely look forward to doing it again sometime soon. And thank you for bringing your, letting us drill you with a few questions and getting to know you better.
Oh, you're welcome. I had fun. I had a blast. Thank you for having us. I really enjoyed myself.
And I honestly do believe you're one of the hardest working people in the Mandela community for getting out there day in and day out, and not only finding the effects, but digging hard for that residue. It's very time consuming. It's often very dull until it gets really interesting really quick. It's kind of like one of those things where, he's like a fireman. He sits around the firehouse all day, every day, playing checkers, and cards with each other, having, 7-10 day stretches with nothing to do. Then all of a sudden they got to move out real quick and real hard and go get something done, where
That's a great analogy. That's a great analogy.
So
we got to keep us residue hunters, Sandy and myself. We have to keep on this path because it's important. I believe I told Sandy I think this is like a spiritual path, and we got to keep doing it. It's all I know is I feel like it's in my blood to keep doing this and to let people know that your memories, they did exist. You gotta let people know. That what you remembered, it's there, and don't brush it off. Don't think, oh no, that's not. Yeah.
Oh no, I'm sorry, Teresa. Go on.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, not to mention, there's many times when people say, like, I'll put up a graphic, I'll ask the chat, and they all say what it is now, and then when they see the residue,
yep,
they're like, oh, wait a minute. Even Preliminal was like tonight. He was like, oh, maybe it was taste. Like it's really neat to see how residue can wake people up.
Sandy said it to me.
Reminded. I do it to
Sandy,
her, to me.
Yeah, and I'll be like, and I'll be knowing it the current way, and then she'll show me the other way, and I'm like, oh my God, how did I ever forget it? And then when she does it, it like wakes me up. My mind is like, how did I forget it that way? And that's why residue is so important, to get it back in your memory and wake up that part of your memory that thinks you forgot it. And it's there. It's there, deep in your head, your brain. Yep. Residue is very important. I mean, I feel like I have a purpose now, which that was one of your other questions was, I think the Mandela effect is positive in its own way. There are a lot of negative things about it, but I'm going to say that the positive outweighs the negative. I've met so many awesome people, and the Mandela effect has brought me closer to more people and more spiritually closer to God. And for me, the Mandela effect is the best thing that ever happened to me. That's why I'm going to end it with that.
Yeah, I agree that it has also brought me closer to people, and not only that, but the type of people that I actually want to know, like that have an open mind, that can see, past the hand that's in front of their face, and are seeking knowledge and seeking truth and seeking, reality, beyond.
We're the awake ones.
Exactly.
We're awake.
And I don't even want to throw it out as us being like, I'm not even trying to imply that we're better than or superior than.
No.
Or they're just people that I relate. I relate to them more. I'm more in sync with them. And it's just easier for me to have a nice conversation with, where we explore different possibilities versus being stuck in one rut of a reality where nothing ever changes. I would never want to go back to that.
I remember it. I remember how I used to be. And I'm like, oh my God, was I that closed-minded that I didn't see the truth around me?
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Think, oh my God.
Yeah. I mean, I lived that way for a long time, and I always had a suspicion that there was more behind the proverbial veil, per se. But once you see behind the curtain, it's hard to unknow what you know.
Exactly. You can't unsee something. Like Mandela effects. Once you see something change, there's no going back to there's no going back to the way it was. You're here now, and you got to accept it and just grow spiritually with it. Learn.
Exactly.
I've learned so many new things with the Mandela effect. I've enriched my soul and my mind with the Mandela effect. Yeah, you got to grow from this. We're here to learn from it. I think that's why we're here, is to learn and grow.
And explore.
Yep, exactly.
So
you hit it right on the head.
So that's really, that kind of gives me my final thought. I did tell. Well, no, that's it. That's all I got.
That's it, folks. Hey, I'm going to end this with say goodnight, Gracie. Sandy, remember that part? Say goodnight, Gracie.
Good night, Gracie.
There you go. That's another Mandela effect.
Really?
Which
Oh
I
yeah,
found,
she don't say it no
residue
more.
for.
What?
Yeah, remember when she used to say goodnight, Gracie, and then she says goodnight, Gracie? Now
Yeah.
she
Now
just
she
says
says.
good
Now
night.
she says
She's
good night like that.
good
It's like
night.
so creepy.
Yep.
Good night.
No way. No.
Huge, Jimmy. We'll have to go into that one another night.
That
Yeah,
ain't
that's a
right.
huge one.
That's not right, man.
Yeah.
That was the whole joke.
Says,
That
good
was
night.
that was the gag, you know.
Yep, it's gone. It's gone.
Wow,
Yep.
that's
And I
crazy.
recently found residue of them saying it the way we remember it.
Yep.
Just one time, it was on a talk show. It wasn't like the end of their show. They were
They
guests
used to
on a
say it
talk show.
all the time, and now, yep. That's huge, Jimmy. Yep.
Well, with that being said,
Say it.
I just want to say, yeah, good night, Gracie.
Say
like
good night, Gracie. Good night, Gracie.
like to thank all of our wonderful viewers for being here tonight, and we'll do it again sometime. So, from everyone here at the Hebrew channel, Sandy, Diva, Sagittariusly speaking, and of course our Teresa Lynch. Sorry, I almost stuttered there.
Okay.
Good night, everybody. We'll see you next time.
S is for the S's that have disappeared. H is for Haas, it's changed, my dear. I is for incredible, lots of changes to our edibles. F is freaky 'cause Mandela effects are all the buzz. And T is for time that's running fast. Y is for memories, hope they last. If it's not a fun day, won't you join me Shifty Sunday? Shifty Sunday for Emmys. Shifty Sunday.